approached, you continued.
I mean, we
You
acknowledged
arrived within.
we just gotta keep going.
You arrived within, finding Ashton Thrike currently restrained, and Godblock seemingly performing some sort of ritual. And at the conclusion of this ritual, after fighting some old foes of yours, a cast, an arc, a bolt of lightning crashing into the ground, carrying with it a female, seemingly having fallen from some level of divinity. She crashes into the ground, identifying herself as Amara, the apparent true name of the Raven Queen, and she bleeds. We're going to pick up right from there.
So where is Amara at the moment?
In the center of the circle.
Oh shit.
Did we finish off these risen
They're
people?
currently not moving anymore. They all seem to be frozen in place.
What's Godblack doing? Is he reacting to all this?
He's kind of just got his arms crossed right now, and he's kind of got eyebrows raised looking towards Gilgamesh, because the last thing he said was, "Who dies?"
You really expect me to like you when you're asking me to choose someone I care about to die?
Would I know if it would be possible to lay out a portable hole behind Vorielton where it wouldn't be seen?
No. Yeah, we'll use this sad picture. I gotta make that shit bigger. Speaking of, she's not normal size. She's definitely a little larger than normal. All the proportions would be accurate. It's just that she's about, 12 feet tall or so. I'm not asking you to like me, per se. Respect is something I do care about. I need you to respect the fact that sometimes hard choices have to be made. I'm trying to help you grow, push you, encourage you. You're just taking a long time with it.
I'd rather stay stuck in my stubborn ways of making sure everyone lives.
You see, yes, Apocrypha, that would work fine. See, the problem with that is people die. This universe, this world, it's imperfect. It is broken. It is, as you mortals love to say, fucked up. Why not get a fresh start where we can make the rules?
And why should I trust you?
What is there that needs to be trusted? You absolutely cannot trust me. That is a perfectly valid point. But have I ever lied to you? Have I ever done or gone against what I said I was going to do? When I say something, I
do is destructive.
Destructive for the purpose of rebuilding.
And how do I know you won't get bored of me and decide to destroy me someday?
Kind of raises his shoulders a little bit, hands out. Who can say what tomorrow holds? But it doesn't necessarily have to be you. And he kind of turns his attention to everybody else around. I'll be honest, if any of you want to stop this now, I'm willing to take a volunteer. I'll leave. I'll fuck off to the other side of the galaxy. You'll never have to see me again. My little problems and friends that I've caused here, they'll be weakened. I doubt they'll stop, but without my aid, should be a cakewalk for you. All I need is one of you. Not you. He kind of gestures to Jorgen, who's slowly starting to rouse. Not you. You're not one of the originals. I'm a fan of the originals.
What is it you need from one of us?
Have you been paying attention? It's only sacrifice. Everything you've done to get to this point has been about sacrifice. So you come with me. You don't die. You just learn what the universe actually has to offer. Learn about my messages, what I'm trying to say. But you have my utmost promise I will never be back here. However, if you don't decide within the next...
Fuck.
Next. What was he about to say?
I think Sandman cut off.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Normal mic or?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you good.
Yeah, it just started slipping out for some reason, the back wire. What was the last thing you heard?
If you don't decide within the next...
He says, I'll tell you what. There's a lot of big decisions on the table here, and a lot of odds that, between you and I, are insurmountable. So, I'll give you 10 minutes. Take your time, talk amongst each other, think about it. I'll be over here. And he just kind of sits down, opens up a pack, and pulls out a familiar deck of playing cards that you once saw Goblak have, and he just kind of starts shuffling through them, playing a game with himself. Okay, Apocrypha, go ahead and roll a investigation check.
Wow.
Nothing's really doing anything.
Gesh would move forward to Gilgamesh and say, do you think he's telling the truth? Would he leave this place if one of us was to go with him?
Gilgamesh still tiny.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
He looks over in your direction and he's like, as funny as that is, would you like that to turn off now?
I'm like kneeling
Yes.
down to talk to Gilgamesh.
He waves uninterested and you find yourself growing again. Ashton Thrike at this point is just staring daggers into the circle at the woman who's still kind of just laying on her back a little stunned.
I did give him
Can
the
I,
staff.
Yep, you did.
Can I insight?
And he is, for anybody who could see it from this angle, he is holding it in such a way that Goblak cannot currently see he's holding the staff. He's staying deathly still. But you do see, Gilgamesh, little bits and veins of corruption leaking onto the staff.
Oh boy.
Coming from Ashton, though. So you're not sure what it is, or what it means.
Gilgamesh, tell me, do you believe he's telling the truth? Will he leave this place? And will we be able to rebuild?
It gives us the best shot we've got, if he's telling the truth.
Well,
My worry is that whoever goes with will come back.
but he won't.
Who's he?
Is Cthulhu.
Are you sure that's what he meant when he said that?
Apocrypha, where are you in this situation? Like physically, which way are you facing?
I would be facing this way, sort of.
Which way?
Well,
Just point with the arrow. You'd be facing that way when you said that? Correct?
yes.
Okay, and your passive is pretty high, yes?
Well, it's 22 minus 5. I don't have enough
Okay.
here.
Enough to know that as he's playing with himself and you say those words, he kind of just smirks a little bit to himself.
Parker just visibly shakes his.
If it would help, you're more than free to talk to the prisoners. But time is ticking, and you watch as he waves again, and materializing into the air is an hourglass. Which seems to be counting down, obviously.
Is the Raven Queen able to leave the circle?
If you had to take a really good guess, you'd probably say not.
I guess Ian Yaris will saunter over to the nail arrow and just kind of be like, it's not doing anything anyway, so pulls it out.
You notice that it's gone.
Oh. Parker, you lost my nail.
If a Parker saw you walking toward it, he would basically give you a look and shake his head at you.
Yeah, I ain't doing anything.
Make an insight check, Ian.
Oh, I'm AFK, or away from keyboard right now.
I gotcha. 1 second. Where the fuck is your character sheet? There you are. Ian Yaris. Insight. 14. Apocrypha kind of just like shakes his head at you. What you get is that he probably already has the nail. How he got it back, you're not quite sure.
Okay.
So, what are you doing, Gilgamesh?
I'm gonna pull out the truth.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask for it to show me the major events of Isgathoon's actions on this mortal plane.
Okay. How many charges does it have left?
It has. Let me pull it up. 4 charges.
4 charges. Alright. 1 sec. Okay. So your question was?
Well, the event. Yeah, it lets me see events from.
Correct, but what was the
past.
question that you were posing to it? How were you posing that?
Basically, show me the major events of Isgathoon's actions on this mortal realm.
Okay. Apocrypha, to answer your question, 1 action. I mean, you could. It's not like anybody's going to really stop you. It would be behind the teeth. That being said, you hold the cube aloft and it kind of floats gently out of your hand. And you watch as it click, 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 click. Almost like a Rubik's Cube. It seems to be solving itself, answering a puzzle that wasn't there to begin with. And as it hits its final note, it expands quietly, carefully, and light begins emanating out in the middle of all of you so that you can watch it. And Gilgamesh's question hangs in the air, and words become tangible letters that float into the box and begin projecting images. One of the first things you see it's no place you recognize. You don't know even how long ago this might have even been. The weapons that you see are ancient looking, and there is a battlefield, scarred earth. The only indication that it's even on this plane of existence is a volcano that somewhat looms in the background. A familiar looking place. A horrible battle rages across this field, and you can see that the dead fight. Corrupted humans kill one another. Madness. Nightmares. More of those creatures that you fought from the temple, slamming through lines of soldiers. Fighting another man. You're not sure who it is, but he wields a massive sword and a tower shield, one in each hand. A sword and a tower shield that you've seen before, that was taken from you before you can get to it. The image fades away and it cycles through hundreds, thousands of pictures flashing quickly. Murders, genocides, inspirations of terroristic acts. Up until the present day, it starts to slow. One of the first scenes you see is familiar. You're looking at it, cocking your head. You're watching through someone's perspective, something's perspective, and you watch very much like the smallest chain of events being set off, planting the smallest of ideas in a young man's head, as that young man one day grows up to be a platinum vigilant and then treads out in search of a sword from somebody he admired. And you recognize Abadar, the paladin who's actually still frozen in the field here, eventually being corrupted by the Lich King. And as these images progress, you see almost everything that you've had to face so far is because of this figure. The portals, the nightmare abominations that walked that place, they poked into the wrong area. After he escaped his sarcophagus, he experimented. He was toying with things. And even hundreds of years before he escaped, he was planting ideas in heads all over the world. Hundreds and thousands of coincidences that would just line up to make sure that this moment happened. Everything that you have faced so far, everything that your path has been forced to cross, originates with him. Either directly influenced, directly caused, an idea planted in a head even before the time any of you were born. He has been present to make sure that this world knew him again.
You're rather obsessive, aren't you?
Now, before I continue, you did say this mortal plane, correct?
Yes.
You see lush, beautiful planets that look nothing like yours, reduced to writhing masses of tentacles and burnt corruption. You see worlds of creatures who once only knew peace, pillaging starways, things that you can't possibly comprehend. It's
I think he cut out again.
Yeah, seems like he did.
no reason for it to do that. I don't know why it didn't slip out or anything. Anyway, you see races and creatures that are beyond comprehension burning and falling, and then you see a race that is entirely alien, something of imagination and horror, a race that chose to bow not only to Isgithun, but his forebearers, his ancestors, his mother, his father, his brothers and sisters, a creature and a race that chose to bow before the whims of chaos and become something more. Creatures with tentacles on their faces, tall, brooding monsters and masters of magic in the mind. You don't know what these creatures are, but you see everything that he has caused. And maybe not just him, maybe the result of some of his kin and the acts of chaos on the world himself, but this is a physical embodiment of chaos. He and his ilk have been here since before there was light. His reach goes far. He is not immortal. His physical body you've seen beaten multiple times in the past. He can never truly be killed, though. He can only be sealed away. That's the only permanent way to stop him. If his true form somehow managed to get through this realm, all would be lost. But that goes the same for any of the old gods. That's your first question. That process takes about 2-3 minutes to show you everything.
What, you want to whisk one of us away on your insanity ride? Make us snap, make us into whatever you want us to be?
Not really. I just want to give you clarity.
What is your version of clarity?
I've been doing nothing but spewing it since I got here. I told you, this system is broken. So let's just break the wheel and start again.
And what if whoever comes with you doesn't like your clarity?
That's their choice to make. I never said I was going to take away free will. I just said I was going to offer clarity.
And what then, after one goes with?
What then? What?
Do we
Say
stay
you'll
with you
leave,
forever?
but
That's up to them to decide. There's so much risk involved, so many things you don't know, and I know with you people, that drives you wild the most, the not knowing. Being so scared of what you don't understand, what you can't fathom. Maybe the dark is terrifying and full of teeth and claws and eyes and is waiting for you, but maybe the dark isn't so bad either. You can't know until you go in.
Gilgamesh throws a glance over his shoulder at the rest of the group.
Gilgamesh, you feel two different sets of eyes on you.
From who?
One from Ashton Thryke and another pair from the center of the circle. Gilgamesh.
Yes.
It comes from the figure at the center of the circle who's now unsteadily rising to her feet. This choice There's no choice at all, and you know that. You're taking an easy route out. This monster has been beaten before, and he could be beaten again.
He can be. You're right. Well, if I can make him never come back, wouldn't that be better?
The only way to make sure he can never come back is to find a permanent way to seal him forever. He just kind of sits in the back, still shuffling his cards. Ooh, a 3! She kind of stumbles forward a little bit. The restrictions on this circle are definitely holding her in a relatively stable area, but she gets as close to the edge of whatever invisible boundary there seems to be here. There's no right answer. There's never been a single right answer. But everything about all of you seems to have led you to this moment at the least. Do you think you'd be pushed so far as to just give him what he wants in the end, taking one of you away?
If it was to save the rest of us,
sacrifices are required sometimes, yes, but surrender today to preserve the future gives you how many years? 5, 10, 20, 30? Let's say 100 years it gives you. And what happens if in 100 years, whoever goes sees his version of the truth and the light? He may not come back, but what about you? What about the one who goes? This isn't a right answer. It's a cheap trick and a ploy that's been pulled before. And she turns around and looks at him.
Can I get a close look at this circle that she's surrounded by? I think you may have cut off again.
I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me try this. I'm gonna fucking duct tape this piece of shit in.
It ain't meant to be used all over the
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
Is Ian, where are you?
I guess I'm still above Orion.
What you can see, Jorgen, is that the entire outer layer is some kind of strange metal. It kind of hums with this radiance. There's an inner layer of glowing runes, and then a third redundant layer of some kind of blood magic.
Wasn't it cracked by my bomb earlier?
Yeah, the far back area is cracked, but even Jorgen can see that very slowly the cracks seem to be forming again. Like
what happened when I scraped my axe against the metal layer?
You see pure white sparks fly off, and you, with the powers that you have, you can feel the divine radiance sparking off.
Can I try and smash it with my axe?
You go to bring it down, and your axe doesn't reach. It's like it's being repelled, like two magnets trying to slap together.
Damn. Okay.
Send you a couple of DM and roll 20.
Yeah, you're sending me 100 DMs. I answered the first two.
Yeah.
Does it look like I can walk forward anymore, or no?
Like, if you try to go forward, you have a bad feeling.
Okay. I would time it for when Gilgamesh was probably doing all of his distracting stuff.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a stealth check and a performance check.
No sleight of hand.
You can do that instead of performance.
Greatly. Yeah. So stealth and
sleight of hand. Nice. Pretty good. You barely even notice what you do.
You're not even sure if you actually did it.
In part, you think, wait, did I just think that, or did I actually do it? And you have to go double check. No, it's there.
Fortunately, I have no allies.
So what are you doing, Gilgamesh?
I'm looking towards Ian right
I'm thumbing out my iron flask.
Okay.
Not pulling the cork yet, but
You watch as Goblet kind of looks up and cocks his head slightly. Now, what have you got there?
not even I know that.
You watch as he kind of slaps the cards onto the floor, stands up, smacks the hourglass away, and takes a couple of steps forward, leaning on something unseen. What are you gonna do with that?
Haven't really decided yet.
That's interesting. That's something I didn't quite account for, but it would definitely make this a little more fun. Now, I wonder, where did you find that?
And what would I gain from telling you the answer to that?
Maybe we can both guess what's in it. That'd be pretty fun.
I suppose, but again, why? What would I get from telling you when I found it?
What do you have to lose by telling me where you found it?
It's not what I have to lose, it's what I have to gain.
now. I'll poke Ian with my invisible mage.
Well, I don't really have an answer to that question. I just want to know where it came from. It might give me an idea of what might be in it.
Your ass.
Oh, suppose we'll find out when we find out, won't we?
I guess so. So I'll tell you what. Offer's off the table. But you still need to choose who dies. Because I have to be honest, I'm kind of itching for a bit of a fight. Now, it doesn't have to come to that. I'll try to be nice, but you're wearing my patience, and I'm getting pretty interested in that.
Gesh like readies himself, looking warily at Gilgamesh.
Can
Like,
I grab Ian?
are you going to make a choice? What is happening?
You watch as the figures around you all start to stumble a little bit and are beginning to fade away into ash. As they do so, Gilgamesh, you hear Iago call to you. Gilgamesh.
Yes.
And as he's fading away, he says, "You saw the orb. You felt its power. Make more. Finish what I started. Protect this place." Fades away. Gesh, as Abadar is fading away, he says to you, "I hope we do not meet again like this. But please." He looks like he's lost for words. He just kind of blinks, a single tear falling before he disappears.
I say a silent prayer as I hold on to my amulet. Go on to Bahamut, my friend.
Ian, you've been kind of twitching since you got here. You haven't quite been sure why. And now that you're probing a little bit, you hear a voice rise up in your head. "Do it. We can take him."
It.
I'm gonna hand Ian
Ian
a
Yaris, he's bluffing. Look at his hands.
How shall we begin?
Make a perception check.
Oh, hold on.
Can I see what Ian's looking at? Because I'm trying to get his attention. Trying to puzzle out what he's looking at.
Go ahead and make an insight check. Not quite sure, but he seems singularly focused on Goblak for sure. Ian, because of the help that you're getting in your head, we're going to take that 28 actually. Have to squint almost to see what's going on, but from what you can tell, trying to focus on that one specific area now, you see just at the fingertips a detail so minute that nobody reasonably would have noticed it, except your help, apparently. There are bits of skin that are very, very, in such minute quantities, flaying and falling away. And the voice to you says, "We've recorded this before. I've seen this before. It means the vessel is becoming weak. It can't contain his power anymore. He's just running the clock."
Do you think we can do this?
Do I think we can do this? It's gonna fucking hurt. People are gonna die. But we can do it.
Alright. And out of nowhere, you will see Ian cast level 7 arm.
Shit. What's the save on that?
wow.
Fucking
Okay.
3 1s in it.
What's the save?
Hold on.
14d6, Jesus.
The second Gilgamesh sees
on
that, he's pulling the
Constitution.
damn stopper.
Oh no. Alright.
Oh god, this is where everything goes to shit.
I mean, I'd like to think I would do something as well, but I mean, I wasn't really prepared.
That's fair. You really weren't. Let me take these guys off the map.
I stole away a scroll that I was preparing to hand to Ian. And I guess I could try to quickly reload the nail into a new arrow.
Sure. We'll say that's a bonus action on your turn. Yeah, I'm gonna need everybody to roll and click your tokens and roll initiative.
Ian, the one starting combat? This is pretty unheard of.
You misspelled Gilgamesh.
Well, boys, today's the day we die.
It might just be.
It's come down to this.
Yeah, let's hit this up.
I thought that was a
that was actually kind of pretty good.
Yeah,
That song was legit.
Alright, that's
Up
fair.
until Goblek did something, and then you changed.
Yeah. This is like the calm before the storm, you know?
Mm-hmm. One sec.
You should really look up the lyrics to the song. It's quite fitting for what we're doing.
Alright, I'm doing this then. One sec. Oh boy, here we go. Because I know it's in it. On your turn, you'll be pulling the stopper.
Fun.
Here are the lyrics
one
of the
sec.
song that's current.
Does that take my action, or is that...
I believe it's your action, but you can go ahead and look up Iron Flask.
Yeah, I'll look it up again. Yeah, it is my action.
Okay, so that'll be your action on your turn. One sec.
Oh god. I just looked up Iron Flask.
It is... Do you know what Iron Flask is also really great for? Infinite spammable trap something not native to this plane.
That's true.
What is Goblak?
Technically, not
What
native
are-
to this plane.
Actually,
Well,
what are all
Goblak
of
is
what
native
are-
to the plane, but
No, what are all of we right now? We are not native to the
Yeah.
plane we're on.
oh,
You're
that's
all
right.
in
Yeah. Right, right. Oh fuck.
Alright, one
So
sec.
this can work on anyone here right now.
1 sec.
I could trap an Apocrypha in an iron flask and make him my bitch.
I would love to see that happen.
Ah,
Oh
that'd be
man,
horrible.
this is about to get really interesting. Hold on,
Oh
'cause
god.
I wasn't expecting you to pop the flask. Okay. Oh, you're at the. Okay, so Ian Yaris, what's the save on that harm?
DC 17 con save.
DC 17 con. All right.
Initiative order's not right currently. Goblak's not.
21.
Okay, take half.
Godlike spell. Oh, sure. So he takes half.
23 is half.
It's not range of touch. It's just
60 foot.
nice.
Okay, you guys watch as Ian Yaris's eyes glaze over with this dark energy for a second, and as he lashes out with his hand, you watch as this necrotic streak rips across Goblak's chest before very quickly closing up, and he steps back for a second, surprised, takes a step forward, and looks up to you, eyes squinted, head cocked. Marcus, is that you? And a voice comes out of Ian's mouth. I'm back for you. Jorgen, you're up.
Alright, so using my bonus action to raid,
Alright.
I can click on things.
Now here's the thing. As you walk closer to the circle, you feel yourself being repelled by it.
So like I can't
Him
walk
specifically?
across.
No, you have to... Basically, you have to avoid the blue section of the circle. You definitely cannot pass that point. You'd have to go
I feel
around
that
it.
way too.
Alright, sweet.
Yes.
Alright, so I can get up to here with 40 feet, just bum rushing in and
Okay.
start doing
Okay, go ahead. $18 is not a hit. 27 is though. For 18 and 2, you the first hit, he kind of slaps away with his hand, pushing it with some energy, but you continue the rotation and catch him in the shoulder, and he smiles. All right. You are exhausting, by the way.
I am?
No, he's saying to you, you are exhausting.
I will try doing Jotun's command on that.
Okay. What is the strength save?
Yeah, so strength save, that's 17 I think, plus strength mod, yeah. Hang on, let me see if I didn't have that automatically changed. Yep, that's right, it's DC 17. Can I say that I knock him, like, that way, in line with the hit?
Fails.
Oh!
You slams him right into the wall behind him, slamming him for an additional chunk of damage as he... Good hit, my angry friend. Is that your turn?
And that, yep, that is my turn.
1 sec.
And I used reckless attack on that.
Okay. Okay. That's Jorgen's turn. Gilgamesh, you're up. Pop in the flask.
Pop the flask.
Pop the cork off, and you don't notice anything change. And you watch as Goblak kind of moves Jorgen aside physically to watch what's going to happen, eyes wide, kind of with excitement. you don't feel anything happening. And then you feel the of it vibrating and shaking in your hand, and you watch as a gust of wind blows out, kind of pushing Goblak back a little more as a beam of pure light soars out, spins in the air. Figure eights, dancing lights, all of them twisting before slamming into the ground in about about 10 feet to your left or so, in an open area. And as the smoke clears, you watch as a figure stands up. A humanoid figure. Kind of looks around a little bit, brushes off his self, kind of dusts his pants off. He's wearing, like, very fine tailored clothes, a noble's outfit. He kind of brushes himself off and pats his pants down, puts his hands on his hips, reaches down and picks up what looks to be a satchel, a leather bag that he carries. Am I interrupting something?
How good are you at fighting?
Oh, fighting! Not good at all. What is going on? Oh! And he turns and looks over at Goblak, whose eyes are wide and smiling. That seems to be a problem over there.
Yeah, that would be Isgathun.
Isgathun, you say. Okay, Isgathun's eyes cocked. Like he's trying to identify him, but he doesn't know from where he recognizes him. The figure looks back to you. So I'm not particularly big on the fighting thing. Is there something else I could do for you?
Well, I don't really know what you can do.
How about sealing?
Oh. What is that?
How about sealing?
Sealing Isgathun over there?
Mm-hmm.
Can I have something a little more specific?
Well,
Make
you
me-
could also, if you were good with the magical, whatever the fuck is with this arcane sigil here, and Gilgamesh points to the circle.
Can we pause? I'm sorry. Is this a bet? Can we pause the fight for a second? And Jorgen, you're raging right now, so you're like, "Rah!" Goblak is like, yeah, no, that'd be fine. I'm kind of interested. So Jorgen, you gonna keep swinging at him while he's talking?
Yeah.
Okay. Make, let's say, 5 more rounds of attacks while this goes on, because Goblak is not gonna swing back at you.
Wait, what exactly is this thing in front of us?
It just looks to be a human in, like, a nice tailored suit, basically. Holding what looks to be some kind of briefcase. Clothes that are perfectly accurate for the time period that you guys are in. It's just that he's, doesn't belong here.
Can I roll an insight to try and figure out if he's not what he seems?
Sure.
Never
I
mind.
mean, it's
I'm
a
poking
thing.
Gilgamesh with the invisible hand. Look
So
back
go ahead,
over.
Jorgen. 5 rounds of attacks.
Wait, can we communicate telepathically through the coin?
Yes.
Gilgamesh.
I know.
No, I set up.
Jorgen, 5 rounds of attacks.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
That's all right.
What was that? 5 rounds of attacks?
Yes, because Goblak is not swinging back at you while this goes on.
Can Gilgamesh roll insight to infer what I'm getting him to look at?
Sure.
Oh, roll that crit damage.
More crits, please.
Gilgamesh, roll
shit.
insight.
That's for 5 attacks.
Pretty much every single one of them hits except one. So he's taking these hits like a champ, and you're chunking through him, but his wounds are healing back up as you're hitting them. You're not sure what the hell is going on here, but you're just letting it happen. So we'll use those 5 rounds to conduct the next part. The figure kind of jogs over to you. Oh, sorry. Looks to you and looks at Gilgamesh and Apocrypha. Yeah. So is there something? What's up?
Oh, never mind, Gilgamesh.
Yeah, never mind, apparently. Well, I really don't know. Who are you, first, I guess I should ask?
Oh.
Introductions.
I have a couple of names. You can call me Jonathan is fine. Shake puts his hand out.
I'll shake his hand.
Wonderful. I'm a contract maker. I balance checkbooks, things like that.
Why were you in an iron flask?
It's a pretty long story, but I may have some particular skills that can help here. I just need some specifics about what
Alright.
you're looking for.
I like 10 crumbles later. I point to Ashton. I point to the Raven Queen. Can you get them out?
Kind of cocks his head a little bit. Yeah, I can do that. God Black laughs. I would love to see this. He turns and looks at you, Gilgamesh. Is that fine with you?
Yeah. As long as they stay fine.
Excellent. You watch as he pulls open his briefcase and a long, billowing sheet of paper comes out. At the very bottom, there's a big X. Yeah, so just sign on the line and I can take care of that for you.
Yikes.
I mean, this is all this stuff you gotta read.
Normally. But is there time?
Truth. Use the truth box.
He just kind of waits. He offers you a quill.
Could you also permanently imprison that asshole over there and report to Goblak?
You're kind of pushing the limits of the arrangement here. I will try my best to get rid of that there. That over there is kind of your own problem. I'll help how I can. For example, I can't physically hit him, but if you wanted me to maybe get you some help or something like that, I can maybe do that, or maybe get rid of all of this. I could really only do one thing, though. It's kind of been a while, and I'm late for dinner by several million years.
Question 2. What's for dinner?
My wife was making lasagna, last I heard. Though
Lasagna
she
is not a euphemism.
probably dead, now that I think about it. Can we just, it hurts, existing, so if we could just kind of do this.
Oh my
I'm
god,
not
he's a...
supposed to
It's
be
not a
here.
blue man, is it?
No. What would you prefer? Do you want me to try to release these two?
Gilgamesh,
think-
make a choice.
I'm so confused right now.
Can you release at least the queen on the fact that we released?
No, not how I work. I just, could you please state a request? This is taking a little bit.
Alright. If this next request doesn't work, then yes, just free these two. I request that I have all of the fragments of Agnes on me right now.
Tempering with the powers of gods, it's pretty high and mighty. I can try, though you may not like the results.
Fine,
Let's go with what he said he can do.
let's just go with freeing the two.
Okay, so freeing this figure in the circle and that figure in the corruption, correct?
Yes.
Okay, just sign on the line.
They won't die, right?
Well, you didn't include death, so no. You just said freeing. I will not free them from their bodies or anything like that. They will be freed from their containment.
Ah, so many things I could wish for right now. Shit. Alright, I'm gonna sign.
Cool. And as soon as you do that, whole contract gets rolled back up into the case, slammed shut. Okay. And he kind of goes over and kneels down by it, touches it a little bit. Ooh. Celestial. He kind of scratches it a little bit. He goes, yeah, I can... It's gonna take me a little bit. And God Black just continues to watch this, and he goes, oh, wait, no. Oh, no offense to you, Mr. Isgatun, sir. Small error. And his head cocks, and you just watch as he stands up for a second and goes, okay. Snaps his finger, the entire circle and all the corruption in Ashton Thryke disappears. Your wish is my command. It was a pleasure to meet you. I gotta get going now. And disappears.
I now have an empty iron flask.
Did Ashton... Wait, where's Gilgamesh's staff?
Still in Ashton's hand.
Who disappeared? Oh, or the corruption that disappeared.
Correct.
Okay. Wait, that was a question. You just said correct.
What? Wait, what?
I said, did corruption just disappeared, or Ashton and the corruption disappeared?
No, just the corruption holding him in place. Izgathoon
I'm
kind of
bolting
just
for the Raven.
So
puts his hands on his hips. Huh. We're back in the turn order now.
So I have an
Just to
empty
get
iron
smacked
flask
over the face
now,
by
yes?
that.
You do have an empty iron flask now, but it is not your turn.
Oh.
Apocrypha, you're up.
I
Bolting
mean, my
for the
reaction
Raven
would have
Queen.
been just like,
What was that? I'm sorry.
Bolting for the Raven Queen and grabbing her.
Okay.
Using
She's 12 feet tall.
I can't. Can I lift?
You cannot. I don't believe you can grapple this
Hoist.
creature.
Doth thou even hoist?
you can grapple size large creatures.
You can. We're just pushing the limits of what you're able to do here.
Plus
Hang
you hear a voice in the back of your head. Apocrypha, we're in this for the long.
Can I tell if I heal her, will she be able to fight?
You're not sure. This is apparently a god in mortal form. You're not sure of anything right now.
I mean, might as well heal her.
Brings up a good point. Bonus action. No, wait. Fuck. Where's my list? Where's my list of animals? Plans change so fast.
Well, you got a free wish, so
I got a free wish? What?
yeah. What do you think
you
just
used a
happened?
wish?
It was a wish spell.
That was the wish spell.
I mean,
Was it
wait. But
something?
Gilgamesh signed for it, and only
Correct.
Gilgamesh. We
Correct.
each get a wish.
I say wish spell because your team just got a wish spell.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say. Sorry, what's big? I'm trying to figure out what is big that I can summon that can carry the Raven.
What's the
A rhino.
you
It doesn't matter.
realize
Just
that you
put a rhino
have
down.
I'm
something
gorilla?
right here.
Gorilla
Rhino.
can't. Rhino would be
You
fine.
have Vorael right there. What do you think I'm
Yeah,
going to make
yeah,
him
Vor-
do on my turn?
It ain't your turn.
I know, but
But you
Rhino
also
would,
don't.
Rhino would be enough.
Alright, Rhino, whatever.
Okay, so just drag the Rhino token down. There we go.
I'll make it right. And I'm basically gonna, on my turn, move her to where you know where.
Did you roll initiative?
I'm fixing to make it. Hang on. Great. Bonus action. I guess I'll try to give her a potion. Or is that an action?
That would be an. That's an action to give somebody else a potion.
Don't know this work on a god, and I'll just put the potion down in her hand.
Okay.
It's an ancient healing potion. We're gonna give her one of because she's ancient. I didn't even know what that does. I just have it marked down. Ancient healing potion.
You've been hanging on to that one for a while, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was I was about to make Ian cast an ancient unseen servant since I really don't know if that actually does what I think it does. Like at this point, fuck it.
They are not on the turn order.
okay.
Ian Yaris, you're up.
Oh, am I?
Yep.
Took so fucking long. I'll move up right behind Apocrypha and I will. Ward of Radiance Goblin.
Oh shit, okay. One sec.
I think that's in the complete.
Word of Radiance Godblack. Okay. 30.
Okay.
So nothing happens, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so you speak the words used to help form the universe at the dawn of creation, and as they hit him, he kind of just cracks his neck a little bit. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that. I guess I'll see if I can attend to Raven Queen just kind of look over her.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
Alright. Godblack kind of nods, a little bit impressed by the display just witnessed. One sec.
Oh, the illusion I had over that thing would be gone.
Okay. He kind of just moves Jorgen to the side for a second, and looks to all of you there. He puts his arms crossed behind his back. You know, it took me a long time to put that circle together. And I've been nothing but nice, really. I've gave you offers time and time again. Oh, Gilgamesh and company. I will not miss you. I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Gilgamesh and Ashton and Voriel get a plus.
21! I need that!
Okay. Raven Queen cannot currently do anything. Nice.
That's a 25 for Voriel.
Okay. Anyone below a 20 fails.
Damn.
As his arms are crossed behind his back, you feel something broiling in the center of all of you, and you watch as a tear in reality itself rips open, collapses in on itself, explodes. Whoever did not roll above a 20 takes the full of this. 147 damage.
Fuck! That's instant death for, like, anyone!
That is the equivalent of a meteor swarm.
Okay.
Fucking dropping 9th level spells on us!
We're at that point.
Well, Gesh is down.
Insta down or down?
Down.
So we take half that if
You succeed if you got above a 20.
What's half of 147? Shit.
It's
74.
74, yeah. Actually,
Wow.
Voriel lives with 1 HP. Voriel has 1 HP. Hell yeah.
So Gilgamesh, you
max
up
health.
or you're dead?
I'm up!
Are you standing?
Yeah!
Okay.
Might do relentless rage save. I'll see what I do.
Didn't you already make it? You already made it.
I know, but it dropped me to below 0, so I can either choose to just not go down, or make a save and go to 1. Or take my race feature where it lets me drop to 1. DC 10 con save. If I succeed, I can drop to 1 HP instead.
Okay.
Okay, I'm at 1.
You stood by pure anger alone. Is the Apocrypha still up?
Oh, there's more than anger behind it.
Is Apocrypha
that
dead
increase-
or up?
I don't know. I have a total of 96 HP.
Well, what
That's
was
not
your
double.
HP at?
82.
You're
Then
fine.
You're not dead, Dad. You're just
Okay.
down.
And Ian, you're still up as well?
I am up, but my death ward is.
But your death
So
ward is gone.
I am up with 1 hit point.
Action Thrike is down by 74. And as the burst of corruption clears, He nods. Only one group before you survived that. Let's see what you've got. Gash, you're up.
Guess I'm rolling a death save.
Okay.
Success.
Voriel is up.
1 HP.
It's worth noting,
Okay.
with the exploding corruption, the Raven Queen doesn't seem to be moving.
That she's like down at the
You're
moment.
You're not sure.
Question.
Yep.
Boreal has a move you gave him when I first got him, where if I am on his back, he can use his action to heal me for a certain amount. I'm gonna look for what that amount was.
I think it was like a D10 or something.
It was something like that, yeah, like 1d10 or d10 based off of something. I'm gonna look it up, but
Sure.
would he be able to basically get underneath me and force me onto his back to give me that healing?
I could say he could bite you with love and do it.
I'm just checking the pinned messages that we have. Once per day, you may command your steed to heal you for 2d10 plus 1 hit points, so long as you are mounted. So 2d10 plus 1.
Gotcha.
Would you have to roll, or could you roll to see if the ancient healing potion was smashed in that?
The ancient healing potion was not smashed. It seemed to attack organic life, whatever this attack was. It was like a singularity event that only attacked life.
Do you want the total for my 5 attack, the 5 rounds of attacks I did?
Do I know the total?
Yeah.
I don't know the total off the top of my head. I just subtracted it with each one.
Okay.
Did you add your damage for that crit? Oh yeah, you did. The
So
five.
Ian, you're up by 12.
Like
I mean,
230.
Gash, you're up by 12.
Okay.
Goblak is going to use his legendary action at the end of Voriel's turn. He's going to take a step forward and kind of just gently touch you on the shoulder, Jorgen, and say, "You know, you seem kind of tired. Why don't you go home? I need you to make a charisma saving throw."
Oh god. Banishment?
Did that succeed?
No.
I'll try and do my rage thing, fanatical focus, to try and again.
Sure? Is that something
No,
you can
I
do?
was up by 12.
Okay, I thought I heard him say me first.
The divine power that fuels your rage can protect you. If you fail a saving throw while you're raging, you can re-roll it. You must use a new roll.
Okay.
I
With your
will
natural
choose to use
20
that new roll.
You guys watch as Jorgen's very essence is being pulled into some kind of tear behind him, and as his hand is about to disappear, you watch as he grabs the edge of reality itself and pulls himself back through. Goblak kind of takes a little bit of a disgusted step backwards.
When you
You-
done.
out of banishment.
You are not normal.
I'm everything normal about this world.
It is the Raven King's turn.
Raven King.
He is gonna... Let's see. Open your character sheet. Big sheet. Okay.
Raven Lord sounds cooler.
Ashton is going to run over, spin the staff, and as he does so, Gilgamesh, he runs past you, jumps, and plunges it into the chest of the Raven Queen.
No, what the fuck are you doing?
You don't see blood or anything. You watch as the staff passes harmlessly through her until he's touching her chest. Looking down at her, cups one hand behind her head. Pumps energy. You see life come back into her eyes. He turns and looks at you, Gilgamesh. Let's do this.
Oh fuck yes.
Alright, Gilgamesh, you're up.
How fun.
Gilgamesh, make an Arcana check. With a 30, you know for a fact, based on historical lore, that the staff that you've now lost carried a spark of her divinity. So if that spark of divinity is back inside her, well, I guess we'll see what happens.
Yay! I have 2 tricks left. A Wand of Wonder and an iron flask.
See what you got.
Other than that, a whole bunch of cantrips. Alright, I'm going to point the iron flask at Goblak and use my action to try and suck him into it.
Okay. What's the save?
I believe it's a DC 17 wisdom save.
DC 17 wisdom. Okay.
Come on, Nat 1.
26.
Oh god, he rolls really high.
I was hoping for the Nat 1.
Hold on, there's something I want to find. Because you trying to suck him into this keeps reminding me of this scene from Dragon Ball Super. You can watch it later, but it's literally what's happening. Anyway, is that your turn, Gilgamesh?
Yeah, I don't think I have anything to do with my bonus action, so yes.
Okay. Jorgen, you're up.
Alright, let's
You managed to hold on.
menacingly hit this guy twice again. Alright, no, I'll do it twice. So let's go. Swing. 29.
That's a hit.
What's the Divine Fury there? And... Might I... yes I do, but probably like another 10 minutes or so.
Sure.
So... Might try grappling him.
Okay.
Sort
Go ahead and
of like,
make an athletics check.
I get to do that with advantage. Yeah.
Alright.
24.
Nice. He's not going to roll an oppose because he doesn't care. As you grapple him, he kind of wraps his arms around you and pats you gently on the back. I know. This is going to be a long day, buddy.
And what was it? It was like half movement for moving a dude, wasn't it?
Yes, if you're trying to drag him, it's half movement.
Alright, I'll spin him around and make him, like, sort of put him in between, or like push him around to like here or something. So
you
that
wanna
everyone
rotate
can get
so
a shot
that
at.
he is here, basically?
Yep.
Okay, you kind of turn him and plant him on the ground. He's a lot heavier than you expected, and as his feet hit the ground, he goes, "Oh, you're very strong."
Alright. And I'll like sort of spin him around so he's not looking at me.
Okay. Apocrypha, you're up.
I already rolled a death saving.
Okay.
A GM rolled it.
1 sec, I wasn't looking there. Okay. Moving on. Eniers.
Might have started some shit I didn't want to start.
So he's grappled and restrained, everyone, just keep that in mind. I think there was like
That's
some
advantage, isn't it?
effects. I think on melee, at melee range, you get some bonus or something, I'm not sure what it was.
Restrained, I'll look it up.
Grappled creature's speed becomes 0, it can't benefit from bonus its moves, ends if the grapple is incapacitated, so ends with the thaw. Ends of the effect. It's weird.
What?
Yeah, grapple doesn't really give any benefits.
Yeah, except for the
My character in my Saturday game is built on grappling, and I had to rebuild grappling to make it good.
Yeah.
Like
What
I built
grappling
my
is
own.
useful for is saying you're not running away from me.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I guess.
There is a feat that gives you advantage to hit somebody you have grappled, though.
Mhm.
But that's about it. I'm willing to work with grapples. What are you trying to do, basically? You just want to see if
Well,
anybody gets an advantage?
Yeah, I just wanted to see if, like, I just wanted to make sure he didn't move around, or so that everyone got a free shot on.
I mean, he can't run away at the very least.
Yeah.
Physically.
Alright, I'm going to spare the dying on Apoc.
Nothing
Okay.
is more annoying than a wizard teleporting out of your grapple.
Okay, Apocrypha, you are stable now.
Cool.
That's your action. What are you going to do next? Anything else?
I'm moving range right here next to. No, me my go.
Okay. Goblak, at the end of your turn, is going to use his legendary action again. And as he's hugging you, Jorgen, he whispers, "No, really. It's time for you to go." Make another charisma saving throw.
Can't get out of this one, Beaver. 17.
And with that, Jorgen is gone. Jorgen, your ass lands in some snow.
So, there's like no hole above me I can jump at.
No, you just land in some snow.
Just look around and half like.
You recognize
Stop.
the wreckage of a village.
And I huff even harder, like, really? I assume I know what village it is.
Oh yeah.
Alright, knowing that, I'll just start, like, choosing a knowing direction I know I can get back and start walking.
I'm just gonna start walking towards the Shadowfell.
I don't know the way. I actually do know the way to Shadowfell from here, so I'll start walking. Actually, don't.
On Goblak's turn, with Jorgen now disappeared, he turns and looks at the rest of you. Oh. Mortals, mortals, mortals. You're not thinking big picture. See, you, Gilgamesh, you're limited in your power. And you feel that same horrifying energy building up in the middle of you all again. Me, I'm a little better. You guys watch as that tear in reality forms again. I would say, make a dexterity saving throw. But you watch as the tear closes. And he turns and he looks at it. Guess you're up.
Okay. So, is it possible for me to give Voriel a potion with the instructions of administering it to somebody?
He doesn't really have the appendages for that.
That's what I was kind of like, I don't know if you can do that. Do potions work if you just smash them against the person's face?
No, that's bludgeoning damage.
I mean, if the potion bottle breaks, you know.
That's bludgeoning damage.
Is the Raven Queen, like, conscious now?
She seems to be. She's breathing heavily.
Okay. Going to get up, walk over to her, basically say, please, help him. And give her a potion of... One second.
There is an ancient healing potion sitting on it near her.
Okay, well, I don't know if she needs to take that one, because then she can use an action to take it herself. In bonus action to take it herself, and an action to give you one. So I'll give her a potion of superior healing to give to you. And then...
Dear God, let's just have you give everyone potions.
Hey, I have something I need to do. I transform into a dragon.
Hey, oh shit, okay.
When he does this away from me.
Well, I still have a bit of movement. I would get to a position where I'm not gonna just trample everybody, but I would be heading up into the air as soon as I was transforming.
Okay, so you're transforming into a dragon. Do you
Yes.
have the character sheet for it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, cool. If you have the character sheet, you should be able to drag the token onto the map.
It's not like listed in my things in the sidebar. It's in Blood of the First King. There's a link through
There's a link to it.
Yeah, and I
Okay,
can
one
click
second.
that to get the character sheet, but I don't have a token.
1 sec.
Actually, I can't click these things to
No,
make
we're
them
in the
go,
token.
so
Those are
maybe you
his
should
teeth.
just give it to me, because I can't click these things to do an attack.
Just an adult, not a...
Yeah, adult, not ancient.
Let me just make sure that you get access to it. sheets are fucking up. Hold on. How do we make this shit? Broken.
This also says it has a burrow speed of 300 feet. of not 300, of 30 feet. Sorry, blue dragons burrow?
Apparently they burrow.
I mean, dragons dig caves.
I mean, I guess. Guess it just means moving through enclosed spaces. I have a speed of 30 feet.
It means moving through the very ground itself. You have a speed of 30 feet. So you could literally just disappear into the ground at 30 feet.
I become a dragon and instead of flying away, I dig.
I'm an earth dragon.
What would be the first time you saw that yet?
What? I've seen a dragon dig?
Kind of.
Oh, when?
Wait, this explains so much. Remember when Gash headbutted the fucking wall?
I didn't headbutt a wall. You mean when I got my ice scar?
Yeah. Oh no, you hit a wall with a sword.
I hit
and
it with the
bounced back
sword and
hit
it
you.
bounced back. Yeah.
You were just trying to be a normal blue dragon and dig your cave.
Alright, you should be able to drag that token on.
I do not have access to it.
You do. It's under a tab called CR16.
Oh, yeah, it's down like below unknown element.
Oh god.
Okay, one sec.
Now I have 3 character sheets open.
I had an extra character sheet open and immediately closed.
One sec. Some stuff.
Think that Apex Legend game's worth anything? Apparently,
I mean,
it's all the
it's
raid.
I was gonna say it's free.
Yeah, it's
People
free.
seem to like it. So
Okay, yeah, it's free, but is it worth my time? Was the question. Better
I
ask.
don't know.
I hear it's pretty good.
Yeah, I hear it's good if you like battle royales, which I'm not a huge fan of, but you know, still looks like a bit of fun, especially if you have 3 people to play.
Yeah, I think it'd be better if you had people to work with. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. So you're just gonna fly up into the air, you said?
Well, I mean, it takes my action to transform, so I don't think I would be able to attack.
No.
Would I be able to use my frightful presence?
Sure. You can,
Okay.
but unfortunately he's immune to fear.
Ah,
He
Well-
is fear.
alright, fine. Well, I turn into this, then.
Okay.
And I let out a big roar. Roar.
Rar.
Can you turn
Rawr,
into where
that
he's
means I
actually
love
facing
you
gold?
in dinosaur.
Grr. Rar.
Angle him appropriately.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Almost like
You
blocking
scream
the
and just
butterfly.
cover his face in dragon spittle, but he kind of just wipes it away. Voriel's turn. Mommy dragon and baby
1
dragon.
HP. What do I do with Boreal?
Claw bite.
Claw bite? No, I'm not gonna have Voreal attack because he'll just. I will have basically Voreal be on the back lines, ready to help anyone with anything, like getting people out of the area.
There's an APOC lying on the ground.
I couldn't move him.
Nobody likes APOC.
I mean, would he be able to pick him up and get him out? Because
You can drag him away, yeah.
I just need to know because
You drag him.
15
What's his?
feet.
Yeah, it's half movement to drag him.
Got 30 feet, 60 fly feet. So
I'll say he can move him probably 30 feet. That's it.
okay. Well, then he'd move him towards where he saw Pockford doing all his shenanigans, like over here.
Okay.
So wait, you're
I gotta
moving me
move
closer
this
to Gulp.
No,
Oh
this.
yeah, there you
This thingy.
go. Whose measure boxes?
Which one?
What, the white one?
Oh, this one.
The green one.
I'm
Yeah.
Not
pointing-
Gilgamesh this time, at least.
It's
I think it's
Gash.
me. Oh, I
Yeah.
forget that it doesn't go away.
You gotta just do it again somewhere else.
Yeah, I did it. I got it.
It's still there for me.
It's gone.
It's not there on my screen.
It's gone.
It's on the stream, but there goes whoever did it. Fix it.
Yeah, that was me again. I don't know why it was still on your screen.
Okay, on Ashton Thryke's turn, you watch as the Raven Queen stirs, eyes slowly opening, fluttering, staring up at the face of a lover scorned, but he nods to her. There's no anger on his face, he just nods. She carefully smiles back, sees that the battle is still going on, looks to you, Gilgamesh. He says, "My death has caused issues above. I have to get back. But take this." And she thrusts forward her hand, and materializing before you is not a stick or a staff or a sword, but a large scythe.
I've been fucking wanting a scythe for fucking ever. You have no idea.
May not be the one you're thinking of, but here's what you have.
I'm grabbing it.
You start your skin turns a little gray, darkish gray. You get a really awesome haircut.
As you grab the scythe, let's everybody take like a 5-10 minute break so that he can add that shit into his character sheet, and also gives us time to go to the bathroom or whatever.
I take it I automatically attune,
Yep,
which means I drop my attunement to...
the truth.
Yep.
Alright, so let's go take a break and we'll be back shortly. Also, Gilgamesh is still there.
Yeah.
Just like every other artifact, this one is still sleeping.
Oh, I got that from this weapon is only just beginning to wake from its
Okay.
sleep.
Just making sure.
Yep.
I'm a little disappointed my theory didn't play.
Which one?
I thought that Gilgamesh would hand the staff to Thryke, who would pour himself into the weapon and become an intelligent weapon / artifact.
I thought that was absurd. Still do.
But we're in D&D. How absurd can you get with what we're dealing with?
I'm gonna have to have a talk with Marcus where he thought we could win this.
Yeah, Marcus,
Gilgamesh, I mean, Gesh is, I mean, not Gesh, Goblok is taking damage. He's not healing as fast as before. He is getting hurt now.
He's pretty chunky.
He chonk.
He's sick.
You see the story of the zoo that had to publicly apologize because they were saying all these internet memes about a fat otter? Like, they kept saying, she thick, he chonk, all that sort of stuff, and then people got angry about it.
Why?
Because
Oh, yeah, I
you can't
remember
call
that.
something fat. Inclusion,
Almost like the zoo asking, please stop making Harambe memes.
That just fueled the Harambe memes.
Oh yeah, free fucking soul cages. Sick. Now I don't have to
Checks
pick
out
that
for
spell
her,
up as much. It was like super wanting soul cage, but now that I have this, that solves so many spell choice problems. What are these spells?
What are they?
Deathwatch, Shadow Knife?
Never heard of them before?
No?
So specifically, Deathwatch is basically you using the foul sight granted by the powers of unlife. You can determine the conditions of a creature near death with the spell's range. You instantly know whether each creature within the area is dead, fragile, fighting off death, undead, or neither alive nor dead. Deathwatch sees through any spell or ability that allows a creature to feign death.
Okay.
And Shadow Knife.
Feign Death is actually useful in PvP and well.
That would be pretty good. One sec.
It's pretty neat. You can basically cast it, and if you're quick enough, you can cloak and then run away.
You are not a stealth bomber on Eve, okay?
Oh, I wrote Shadow Knife. It's supposed to be Shadow Blade.
Mostly
It's
2
basically
or
this
3
one.
charges.
And yes, I
it
can
was
totally
a-
do that.
Maybe it was a spell that I found.
Sharks, leave me alone.
Oh no, it is definitely Shadow Blade because you could upcast Shadow Blade.
So the 3 charges is just 1 upcast of Shadow Blade.
Correct.
Okay. Well, I think I know which spell I'm going to use from these right now.
Is it the one that's going to revive Apocalypse?
There's an option for that.
There is a single option for that. I was going to do Vampiric Touch.
Is everybody back?
I'm here.
You're here. Gilgamesh is here. Apocryph is here. Ian, you here?
Yeah, I didn't leave.
And Barley, you're headed out now, yes? Right. Okay, so... What the hell did you just link? Oh, Attack on Titan.
I was offering suggestions and music.
Right, I still have a -2 strength.
-4.
My AC is a little bit less shit. So it does a D10 plus 1 slashing with outreach, and it does a die 6 plus 1 with reach.
Second, I'm sorry.
So using the reach property of the weapon reduces the damage.
Correct.
Okay. Weird. No longer uses my intelligence.
What do you mean?
Raven Talon used my intelligence for attacks.
Why? What is this saying? What is this saying?
It just says finesse.
Oh, whoops. You could. Yeah, it does use your intelligence.
Oh, okay.
That's just something I accidentally left out. Yep. So Jorgen's out. Okay, so we're all back. Yes.
Yep.
Cool. It was that. Okay, that was his turn.
And it basically is a +1 weapon, right?
The great outdoors.
Yes. For now, at the very least.
Can I assist you? Be careful.
You guys hear footfalls coming from somewhere behind you, and despite the sounds of combat and the attacks and whatever is going on, oh shit, opened by computer. Make sure this gets.
Peace be with you.
Footfalls that aren't coming from a physical place or anything like that. They're, well, you're not quite sure what they're doing, where they're coming from, but a figure does step out into the open. Give me one moment.
Whose bird is this?
That would be Avox.
There's no way it survived, so.
Yeah, it got blown up.
It got blown up a while.
My first fragment of madness!
A figure just suddenly appears behind you. He didn't come from a portal or out of a bolt of lightning. He just appeared. And as he does so, and I'll add him to the turn order, he carefully looks around, taking stock of what's going on. We ended on whose turn it would have been. Oh, he's next. He looks around and looks to all of you. What have we here?
Well, a fight, if you're looking to join it.
Oh, this music. Lord.
He looks past.
Do I recognize this figure from a trip from a guy who visited our house once?
Oh, yes. You recognize Nil standing. And as he approaches forward, the avatar of Izgathuan looks to him. And for the first time, you see the smile twitch. And a seed of doubt is planted. Looking to him, he turns his head. Oh, my chaotic little friend. It's so good to see you again. You got out of the box before expected. Well, I'm here to help these fine folk and make sure you get put back in. He is going to hold his action. Gilgamesh, you're up.
Alright, I'll start with the bonus action healing word on APOC, which is a die 4 plus 5 healing.
I believe, yeah.
Ah, shit. Wrong thing. It's slash roll, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, you get 6 healing, eh, Puck?
Roger.
I'm gonna move here. And I'm gonna use my, what was it? Gloves of Blasting to cast a casting of, Scorching Ray.
Okay. Hit. Actually, he's going to shield on the second one.
Oh shit. Alright.
So his AC is now 24.
Let me make sure it's not. Yeah, I guess we'll see.
This is the first time you've seen him really go on the defensive with anything.
It should just be 9 damage.
Okay.
By the way, I got kicked out of the turn order, but I was at 11.
Okay.
So you just go on Boreal's turn. Same time.
Yeah, I go just before Voreal.
Is that your turn?
Yeah, it's my action and bonus action.
With his eyes so focused on this looming figure here, you strike him the first time in the face, and he turns and he blocks the next few that are coming in. Apocrypha up with some health now. What are you doing?
I stand up, spit out a globule of blood, and speak an elven word in a bonus action and get my animated shield back.
And, do what? I'm sorry.
As a bonus action, I get my animated shield back up.
Okay.
And I'm looking around because I'm not sure if I can actually see Godlike through all this mess. Cause all of a sudden, like, there's a dragon.
I'm
there's
up in
this
the
guy.
air a bit. I'm up in the air, so I wouldn't
Alright.
be blocking your view.
Let's see. Actually, what other healing? You know, I'm gonna go ahead and take the, because I don't actually have big healing potions. I'm gonna take the other ancient healing potion, and I'm just gonna grimace at it, and move over here and drink it.
Okay. The ancient one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, one sec. So you would heal up 20d4 plus 40.
Wowie zowie.
40?
Yes, plus
20d4 plus 40.
Like, this is some good stuff. All right. And I'm just gonna like get my bow and arrow just ready, just leaning against a the pillar tooth, like in partial cover. Not to step in my own hole.
Gotcha. All right. Ineris.
I'll yell, somebody get that other healing potion. It's good. It's really good. It's on the floor somewhere.
There's both an ancient and think superior, basically underneath me.
Go ahead and I cast Spirit Guardian.
Is this 2 steps from hell?
That's actually supposed to be DC 17.
What are you casting? I'm sorry.
I'm casting Spirit Guardian.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And it's going to be a spell save DC of 17.
To do what?
It's the aura of fuck you that
The one that
Cognath
just
always
does
used.
damage.
Yeah. And slows.
Oh,
things down.
stat Spirit Guardians. Okay. Yes, I think it is Apocrypha. DC 17, you said?
Yep, DC 17.
Okay, before the cast goes off. No. Yeah, so just Wisdom save. 27.
Okay, he takes half.
Okay. As these rising orbs of spiritual energy fly out, socking him, he's just kind of shrugging it off, trying to focus on the task at hand. Okay. On his turn. Yes? Sorry, we're gonna say something?
Oh, that was Micah.
Okay, cool. On his turn, he grunts, especially seeing this new figure here. Doesn't even give a fuck about the dragon. He's just singularly focused on him. Oh, Nell. I would say it's good to see you again, but we both know I'd be lying. And he looks to the rest of you. How you convinced him to come, I'll never know. Doesn't matter, I have friends of my own! And you watch as he tears open reality once again. A gust of freezing cold air blows out over the field, and you guys immediately hear the sounds of combat behind it. His head turns to look, and you guys see a number of Death Knights that may have been preparing to march forward, are engaged with combat. Somebody in the back. You see 5 cloaked figures turn, looking at the portal, and quickly step through. They take something. The leader takes something in his hand and tosses it to the ground at Godblack's feet, and you guys watch as a skeletal head wearing a crown just kind of rolls to the side.
Is that what I think it is?
His head is, his eyes are wide. Who the hell are you? And you watch as the lead figure pulls his hood back. Well, I do hate to interrupt, but it seems like you folk are in need of some help. Apocrypha, you recognize the voice of Risoka.
Son of
He turns and looks at Godblack. Oh, by the way, real sorry about your backup there. Turns out your Lich King's a pretty good fighter, but we kind of dropped a few tons of gunpowder from above, and shit tends to happen. Now Godblack looks furious. Let me add them to the turn order, as the Light Shadow is now on the scene.
He's gonna keep trying to summon allies, and this is gonna not work. I love this.
Is that the end of his turn, by the way?
That was his action to do, and let me just drop Risoka on the board.
You'll hear Ian Yaris go, so Risoka, does that mean your mission was a success? Did you extract?
It was. We got the kid.
Wonderful.
$25. Well done. Risoka, there he is. Okay. Veteran. Okay. So they'll all go on that turn. Godblack is actually going to use his movement. Okay, he's not here anymore. Godblack is actually going to use his movement and back up. If you want to take an attack of opportunity, you're more than welcome to.
Would I be in range?
You're not you, I'm talking to Ian. 23 does hit. One moment. Where's my shit? as he backs up, you crack him across the face with the staff, and the divine magic within sears part of his face, but his eyes now completely glaze over black. He seems to be taking this seriously now. You're up, Gesh.
Okay, well, before that, I'm gonna take a legendary action at the end of
You
his
cannot
turn.
use a legendary action.
I cannot?
No, we discussed this before.
So what, I get legendary resistance? Because you said I got one of the two, not the other one. And I thought it was legendary actions.
What are your legendary actions?
Detect, tail attack, and wing attack, which costs 2 actions. Get
Right,
3
I think
legendary
I gave you one legendary action that you could use.
Okay. Well, then, it's 1 legendary action per turn, so I may as well use it here because it's going to be my turn again. I'll just use detect to use a perception check on him.
Okay.
See if I see him sort of unraveling. Is this damage taking hold? Is he looking like he's hurting?
Okay, go ahead.
Way better.
Yes. Yes, it looks like this mortal form is not going to be able to hold. He's still fighting, but the mortal form is not going to be able to hold.
Okay. In that case, now that it's my turn, I would roar and use my frightful presence. First thing.
Okay, again, he's still immune to it.
Oh, right, I forgot. Then I would just fly in and make 3 attacks against him.
Okay.
1 sec, I need to make sure I'm doing the right ones. 3 attacks. 1 with its bite and 2 with its claws. Yeah, okay.
Hit, miss, hit. Damn.
I didn't. The second damage didn't pop up. Oh, no, I did. Yeah. Okay. I can't Holy Smite, can I?
No, not as a dragon.
Dragon Smite! Where's the fucking breath attack?
I don't feel like killing all of our reinforcements, so...
They're behind him right now.
I don't think I have any bonus actions that I can do, so I think that is just my turn. I'm gonna position myself, sort of shielding everybody else in front of him.
Okay. Alright, Boreal is up.
Vorel is like barely hanging on to life at this point, so he's basically just gonna stay in the back and stick with Apocrypha. I would basically telepathically tell him to aid Apocrypha with whatever he could while staying out of danger.
Okay.
And,
So you could say he could be holding a move action.
yeah, holding a move action to go with Apocrypha to help him with whatever he needed.
Sure. Let me close this real quick.
Because I already have the perfect idea.
Okay. On Ashton's turn, he is going to spread this one corrupted wing which bursts from his shoulder and just fires like blade serrated like wings of corruption directly at Goblak. They don't need to roll to hit, they're like magic missile, they just hit. Okay.
Fuck.
You watch as these wing darts just pepper his chest before in.
That's 25
And-
total.
Yep, he's gonna leap up into the air and land, perching himself on top of one of the teeth here. Goblak has kind of backed himself into a corner. On Nil's turn, he is gonna... Yeah. You watch as he raises his arms, the world seems to vibrate, and immediately Goblak's attention shifts back towards him. And as he raises his arms, he begins weaving these incredibly intricate signs. And Gilgamesh, as you kind of just take a cursory look, you would never be able to copy this. He's got arms moving through different planes of existence to make sure that the spell gets cast. And as he finishes weaving the final hand sign, Goblek needs to make... One sec. Probably going to be a dexterity saving throw, but I want to confirm. This is a dexterity, okay. Goblet's gonna make a dexterity saving throw. And succeed. Recognizing this spell and knowing you guys watch as the heavens above burn with this crimson flaring light. This massive column of flame races towards Goblek and begins to twist into a dagger that does not miss. But Goblek knows it's coming, puts up some defenses, but even that might not be enough. As it pierces straight through them and striking him in the heart, you hear him scream as his body begins to get immolated from the inside out, and he takes... half.
Okay.
153, shit.
Takes 153 damage. He is screaming. And as he weaves the final hand sign to make sure that the attack hits and burns, he says, "Oh, my friend, you made me pull out the cataract of flame. I figured you might have missed that one. Oh," and he turns to the rest of you. "Remember, we can't kill him. It releases the being back. But have fun hurting him at the very least. I'll let you know when we're close." Gilgamesh, you're up.
Oh, fun. I'm gonna pop a pure touch and run in and hit him with it.
Alright.
Again, Gilgamesh running straight in.
That's what I do! $20 hit.
Yes.
When he takes 12 for necrotic, I heal for half that, I believe. Yes.
Okay, 1 second. Empiric, okay. Alright. You do that, you strike him, he's off his game, he's super distracted and taking some major... Is that your turn?
Yep.
Okay, Apocrypha.
I look over and see Voriel, like, looking to me expectantly. And I'll just nod and go, "Alright, buddy." Hop on his back and go, "Up, up, up."
Okay.
Give me a shot on Goblek.
He'll give you a shot, sure.
Alright, so I get up there and cast Hunter's Mark. And fire 2 shots.
Go for it. Okay. I'm just saying, Apocrypha, you know it didn't work the first time.
Oh, right. I thought it kind of worked.
Nope, didn't work.
Alright, then yeah, it's this one. Damn. Regular shots then.
Okay. Uh, 17 is a miss. 23 is a hit.
Alright, then he takes... Oh, I'm sorry, that's with advantage. I forgot. Yeah, he is my sworn enemy. That would have been a 23 for the first... So we take the fall. think that's everything.
33 for one attack.
And then second attack. 31, that's more like.
These arrows soar true. Bolt striking center mass. You hear as he watches these arrows were tipped with divine light halfway through before striking him.
And I would just like whisper to Boreal if you can. This higher, buddy. Get us higher. Like get clean shots on. And I end my turn.
Okay. The assistants here is going to charge forward. Veterans are going to make 2 longswords attack against him. I'll go 16, 9, 13, 11, 20 hits. 15, 23, and 12. So this one, this one, this one, and then Rasoka. These guys start carving up fucking Goblak. Everybody is now teaming up on him. Everyone has charged in to get the works done.
He's gonna take a lot of fucking opportunity attacks if we don't teleport away.
At the end of that turn, I'm going to use my 1 legendary action just to make a bite attack.
Okay.
$21.
That'll hit.
Okay.
Goddamn. Alright. You guys are taking massive chunks out of him. And he's not regenerating fast enough to help. Ian Yaris, before your turn goes, Goblak is going to use his legendary action. Okay. And his eyes have completely glazed over now. In the chunks of flesh that aren't growing back, you see pure writhing corruption beginning to leak out of him. And you watch as he... here. To square up directly with Nil, who's standing there unamused. Ian, it's now your turn.
Hey, where is he?
Up
underneath the dragon.
Oh.
Take
I see him now.
these broken wings.
Oh wow,
I'll move. Yep, I will move in pursuit. I will take. I will go ahead and, seeing how we're getting a wounded animal, cornered. I'm going to cast Death Ward on myself.
Okay.
So, and that's my turn.
Gotcha. Goblak's turn.
And at the beginning of his turn,
what's
if
it
I
say?
am close enough, I believe.
What's the range?
15 feet.
Yep.
The aura of death is still going.
Right. Wisdom. $23.
Alright, take 8.
Still trucking along. Alright, on Goblak's turn. He's not even saying words to Nil now, but he's, like screaming and roaring it at Nil, whose face remains impassive, as Goblak takes his clawed hands and scrapes across the air, ripping open another portal. And as he sighs and relaxes, Apocrypha, from your angle, you can see that familiar-looking witch turn, see the portal, and is heading towards it when the image begins to shift and shake, and she begins running. Something is wrong. And the portal turns upside down, flips, turns around, changes colors, new location opens up. I am sorry for the hijacking, but I figured there was something of a party going on. Goblak roars. Something indiscernible and alien. I need everybody to make a wisdom saving throw.
Do I still gain my +3? I mean my +4?
No. It's a fail. Neil doesn't have to do it. Veterans overall as a group.
Don't you drop me, Voria.
One sec. All failed. And fail. Anybody below a 20 fails.
20 makes it?
20 makes it.
Okay.
You are fucking terrified. You know you're killing this thing. You know you're backing it into a corner. But it is even more terrifying when it knows it has nothing to lose.
Oh wait, this is fear?
Yes.
Does my fear negating thing
Yours
work?
does not. You still have the mind of yourself, so you know that this thing is fucking terrifying.
Okay, I mean, I made the save anyway, but I mean, like, I have an aura that stops people close to me from getting frightened.
That doesn't
so I guess
pass over into this form.
They're still frightened. Okay.
Alright, Voriel's turn.
We need Paladin Gesh right now.
This is pure DPS game.
Paladin Gesh was at 12 HP. This Gesh is at 225, so I like this Gesh more.
So are we under the frightened condition?
Yes. I
Yes.
believe so. So you can't move closer
just
to
move
the
closer.
thing. You can't move closer, and you have disadvantage on attack rolls.
Well, Voriel would still be following my orders of listening to Apocrypha, so I would say holding a move action without the ability to move closer. Sandman, you there?
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Oh, I said that he would just be still obeying Apocrypha's orders, essentially holding a move action.
Alright.
For when
and...
Apocrypha asked him to do something.
Sure, and what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna turn around and keep messing him up. Get right up into melee range again.
Yeah, Raven Queen's not there anymore, is she?
Wait, did you
no,
death
she
ward him,
disappeared.
Ian?
He death warded himself.
Yeah, I warded myself.
Oh, yourself, okay. Okay. Then yeah, I'm gonna angle like something like this, kind of. I can't really get the right angle. But whatever. I would be using my breath attack while missing these two.
Also, you could just
shooting
open your
the-
mouth directly above him and breathe down.
Okay, yeah, then I'll do that. Essentially, a pillar of electricity shoots from my mouth, covering him.
Which
And-
sounds like a raging thunderstorm as it roars out of your throat. What is it? What kind of save is it?
It is
19
a
dex?
DC 19 Dex, 12 D10.
29.
Natural 19.
Well, he takes half of that.
Mm.
So that's 36 lightning damage.
Bolts of magical lightning searing flesh off bone, replacing it with corruption as this body is being flayed away, leaving only the beast beneath it. You know it's dangerous. Even you guys can tell that you're getting potentially pretty close to the end. If you kill him, this gets 100 times worse, and you've been informed of that.
Okay.
Raven King up on the rock is going to start launching some more of the feathers. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, Goblik takes another barrage in the back, and he leans forward. You hear muscles pop and bones snap as his body is beginning to writhe and shake, and rage is building up inside of him. On his turn, What other epic magic do I have to throw?
I think you see that in your next turn.
Yeah, I was just doing it early. Because, you know, whatever. I might forget to do it.
I mean, shouldn't we be containing, not throwing epic magic?
He knows what he's doing. What do you know? Actually, Nil is just going to smile and hold his action. You're close. You're beaten. Lay down like a good dog. I'll put you back in the kennel. The Godblack roars again. These guys turn. They're afraid, so they're just going to fire from the back with some crossbow attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, which just one of them sinks in and actually hits. Soka back here. It's going to slash and miss as the arc of energy just kind of goes a little bit overhead. Gilgamesh, you hear Nil say, "Give him one good barrage, all of you.
Oh, keep hitting him.
Give it your best."
Can I insight that? Not on my turn?
Yeah.
Figured.
You know, he just is strong. Let's trust the crazy guy.
Alright. Let's see what that does.
Wonder Wand?
Wand of Wonder.
That is...
Everybody pulls up Wand of Wonder.
Yeah. 26.
Sticking
Sticking Cloud.
What does that do again?
Nauseating gas. Each creature that is completely within the cloud, because it's a 20-foot radius, must make a con saving throw against poison.
I don't think I'm completely in the clouds, so...
Well, that's the thing. You got your head close, so you're gonna hit the other two. So you would have to make the save on this one.
Apoc's fine, because he's... Well, he's not even in.
Oh,
God
I
Black.
am also up in the air.
Godblack unfortunately does not breathe.
Ow.
Atropos does.
Double ow.
He saved at least. And...
I'm up in the air, so
And
how
I'm
high
not
does this
I'm
thing
not
go up?
concentrating on it, so it only goes the one.
yeah, it's going to disappear. Atropos is going to look to his left and see this damn near biblical figure as far as magic goes, and his jaw is going to his jaw laxes a little bit. He shakes his head and he seems to puff up his chest a little higher as he raises a couple of his fingers and says, "Oh, let us be done with this, please!" And he swats something in his direction. You watch it as a green ray springs out of his finger, and Godblack is going to make a dexterity saving throw. Succeeds. And takes...
Been rolling damn good dexterity, so...
half of 71 as a disintegration ray fires from his finger, striking Godblack in the shoulder and basically erasing the bones underneath, and he roars again, but he is still holding on. Apocrypha, you're up.
I'm gonna take my legendary action to make a bite attack.
Go ahead. Yeah, miss. Godblack damn near backhands you. It doesn't hurt, it's just enough to stun you for a second.
Gonna pull tight on the bowstring and aim at Godblack, and I'll yell down to Neil. What methods do we have to restrain him?
Just do the job.
It's not really helpful. At least a volley. Oh! I need to roll with advantage. Oh no, wait, that would be a straight roll because I do have advantage, and with being frightened, that would be a straight roll.
So roll your fucking everything.
Yeah, hang on. Yep. It's... I get
Wouldn't
Giant
double
Slayer?
Oh, yeah, Giant Slayer.
Give me the final number.
Yikes.
28, 35.
Remember, we don't want to actually kill him.
42, 53, 55, 58, 70, 81, 89, 90 fucking 5.
No, it's getting close to my total. My max damage. Look down the Nil. You sure?
He nods.
19.
Just hits. And this triggers Nil's held action. Every single one of you. No save required. Because you technically all fail. As
Dude, shouldn't trust.
you are all forcibly shifted back to the prime material plane. Goblak, looking confused, looks around and looks up. It is incredibly dark. And as you guys look up, you realize that Nil is moving his hands together so that they cover one another, and you watch as the sun and the moon begin to eclipse. Goblak is screaming in that unknown language again. Eniaris,
Yes.
it's your turn.
Oh, I can see turn.
Yeah, it's blinking in.
I'll let you know.
It's because we sister math.
Oh, did I get it on the end of my turn? Did I get to make another attempt to not be freed?
Yes.
Oh, me as well?
Yep.
What was that, wisdom?
Yep.
Oh, Voriel should have done that as well, right?
Save, save.
Alright. Sweet.
Save, goddamn.
Oh no, wait, that was the adult.
None of you are afraid anymore. No, we'll
I
count
think
that for
that-
you.
18.
Yeah,
Fail.
Good, yeah. Well, fuck.
Alright, Ian, what are you doing?
13 con save.
15 con save. No, wait, what?
The
Oh, you're retching and throwing up?
Yeah, I guess I'm poisoned then.
Okay. And
The cloud's gone.
that's
Oh,
true,
the
the
cloud
cloud
is
is gone, because he wasn't concentrating on it.
Okay.
So, what do you want to do?
Oh,
Miss.
no.
Crack him in the back, but it's not a good spot to hit.
Alright, that's it.
Alright. Goblak brings his hands up, and you guys watch as the entire corruption of the island begins to rise, begins to pop, and you feel the ground shift beneath your feet as he begins. The ground is beginning to quake, and you watch as both Atropos and Nil together snap their fingers, severing Goblak's temporary ties to the magic, both counterspelling him at 9th level.
Damn.
His body shakes and quakes. Voriel is up.
Voriel, I guess, would just continue to hold a move action on Apocrypha's command and make another wisdom save. 15. Guess that's not a mate. He's still feared. And that's his turn.
Alright. Your turn.
Well, Gesh would be looking mostly at Nil and Atropos.
Ian, remember your damage should have hit him again on the start of his turn.
Oh, yeah.
He had his
yeah.
turn. So he takes 13.
Yeah, I'd be looking at Atropos and Nil, sort of seeing if they were still needed us to attack him, or, you know, and also at Goblak to see.
He
what
hasn't
his
given the
state
order
was. Okay, well in that case, I would go for my attacks. I believe those are the ones that hit.
Yeah. He is weak, he is moving, he's still standing, but as he rises again, you watch as his arms gently rise. And this time he says in common for you all to hear, I am not going back in the box! I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw, as he uses 3 of his legendary actions to cast Apocalypse.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds very scary.
Apocrypha saves.
Hey.
Dragon
Is
saves.
it spelled with a K?
No.
Hey.
Hey, look at all those 20s, man. 20 is the DC.
Poor Ian.
He has Death Ward.
Oh yeah, he's fine.
Hey! Hey! I don't think it's gonna help though. You guys watch as you feel the earth itself begin to quake beneath you as the corruption of the island all lifts up from the ground and is flying directly towards Goblak, who's beginning to absorb it all. And as he crunches it within himself, he screams one final time. And bursts in a nuclear explosion of corruption. Half damage for anybody who succeeded.
Alright, so I dropped a 0, and then I decide not to.
Well, Apocrypha, are you down or are you okay?
Wait, I turned away for literally 10 seconds. What happened? All
He
this
Did you
exploded.
roll on the dex? What did you roll on the dex?
25.
Okay, so you take half of that. Are you still alive?
75. Take 75.
I'm fine.
Okay, well, Vorael is instantly vaporized and you are now falling. So
Wait,
deal with that as well.
was I summoned in the air?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Told Vorael to fly up, remember?
Can I don't suppose I get any type of reaction, or do I just fall?
You're just
I mean,
falling
do
right
you
now.
have those feather falling
Yes,
feathers
I do.
or whatever?
You could use one of them as a reaction.
Sure.
Okay, roll a d100. You remember what happened with the last one. You're like, please work, please work, please work. And you kiss it and swack it to make it work, and your descent is being slowed.
Yeah, I lose my 1 hit point and
You
regain
do
one
watch,
hit.
though, as your entire arms become covered in chicken fat.
If it works. Payback for what? You don't know what happened.
No, I'm saying that as a player. Gesh isn't saying that.
Now, seeing most of you guys are still standing, all these guys in the back are fucked, and Rasoka is down. No, actually, Rasoka's up. But all the other ones are dead and pasted to the wall with corruption. You watch as Goblak breathes heavy. One sec. Breathing heavy. Breathing weakly. On his turn, actually no, I have to roll for him. One sec.
Wait, quick question.
Yeah.
You said there's the ability the Gravewalker lets me cast False Life on myself when I hit 0 hit point.
Correct.
False Life is temporary hit points.
Correct.
So, am I at 0 hit points with 25 temporary hit points?
Correct.
Okay.
You're conscious though. You're literally borrowing time until either somebody gets you up or you die.
Do I still make death saves then?
Nope.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. He's gonna watch and wait. Fate's Paradox. You watch as Nil completely covers one hand with the other, and the sun and the moon are now totally eclipsed. Goblak looking up, shaking his head slightly. It won't end like this. Nil smiles. Yes, it will. Brings his hands around and claps, and as he claps, on the left and the right side of Goblak, you see half on each side of a container materialize. No! He's sealed inside a familiar-looking prison.
The sarcophagus.
One sec.
Yep.
So, is this what we saw? Just in general.
Something like that. And
There's no edgy boy.
everything is quiet.
I'm gonna hop off. I'm gonna hop over here. Is this the portable hold? Did it come back? Did it come with us?
It did come with you. Everything was shifted.
I'm scooping that back up. I'm gonna look for this other ancient healing potion.
Gesh the dragon floats down to the ground and slowly turns back to regular Gesh.
Gilgamesh is gonna slump for the moment.
Walking over Ahsoka, I'm turning my staff into. I'm turning the bow into a staff form and whacking him with it, and then giving him a minor healing.
Wait, don't do that!
Roll to attack!
Don't do that! Oh my god.
Where
You're
is
gonna
it?
kill him.
I'll
Oh
bring it
my
right back.
god.
Where? So you rolled it.
Roll damage.
Trolling.
Troll it. He's not my sworn
Alright.
enemy. It'll be okay.
I have approximately 1 hour until I pass out.
I have a point of exhaustion.
Go ahead, roll damage, Apocrypha.
Working.
You're gonna kill him. I hope you know. That laugh from Sandman, that was too evil. You know it's coming.
Take 9 healing.
Apocrypha, you're striding up to him as you shift back, and he looks in your direction, wincing a little bit, and as he sees you, he smiles. Howdy, how's it? Bang! You just crack him across the temple, and he goes unconscious.
And then I force his mouth open and shove the minor healing potion down. I slap him on the cheek, and then I just walk away. No words.
He just keeps laying on his back, and all you hear him say as he walks away in Elven. You know what? That's fair. You are standing in the midst of a victory.
I would walk up to Nil.
For the
So
record,
what now?
Apocrypha 1, Ahsoka 0.
Hey, Gilgamesh, did you take your 9 healing?
Yeah, I did. Thanks.
Okay.
You're walking up to Nil and saying that?
Yeah, so what now?
Well, I think it's time we had a talk. Is that fair?
Yeah, where's my
I
son?
think we owe you that.
Anybody not willing to come along on this trip? And at this point, Ashton Thrike kind of drifts down to the ground. I think my time is done here. I have things I need to address yet still. And he turns and looks at you, Gilgamesh.
Back on your crusade.
You and I will be in touch.
Oh, I expected.
Gilgamesh, tend to your queen.
No, the queen isn't here.
Oh, she's not there?
That body's not there. She ascended.
Oh, okay.
She went back
Okay.
up to heaven.
So, is that coffin's still there, right?
Yes.
Okay. And
You guys watch as
So these guys for sure died.
oh, they're all fucked. I mean, Ian can pick them up if he wants to.
Yeah, spare
Oh,
the
they're
dying
on-
all around.
Oh no, these guys. I'm sorry, I misunderstood the question. No, they got fucked with corruption. Like, if you had been, was anybody like reduced to 0 and did not use something to stay stabilized?
Voriel, poof.
Voriel poof, but that's different. matter.
Voriel's essence is destroyed. Voriel doesn't exist anymore.
Oh wow.
If that attack
So I
reduced,
can't feel him?
you feel your connection with Voriel completely severed. If you had been reduced to 0 by that attack and didn't have some way to negate death, you would have been dead forever.
Okay. It's a good thing I was a dragon for
We're gonna
that.
go cry
not
now.
Paladin Gash.
How close were you to that, Apocrypha?
20.
Yeah, so that would have killed you. Voriel's essence has been consumed by the void.
Music cut off.
You guys
Yep.
watch as Ashton Thryke covers himself with part of his wing, and in the sound of raven wings, you just see him disappear, feathers floating gently to the ground.
I'll pick up the feather.
Does anything
They make it
remain
arrow.
of Voriel? Because like he
This
had
is-
barding and that sort of stuff.
The barding is
there
fine.
anything left?
I'll look.
Yeah, that's
Go
not for
over
me.
and I pick it up. I say thank you, old friend. You really were a member of all of us. And I pick it up, I put it away in my bag, and I head back towards the rest of the group.
Okay. Are we ready to depart?
How
Where
many?
would you have us
Actually,
go?
how many Voriel scale survive?
None.
He's a spirit, he's not an actual creature.
I'd say scales make good arrow.
Yeah, I'll just let you
It would
take
honor
the body
him.
parts.
Seriously, it's a Dragonborn tradition.
We shoot people with the fucking arrows from the guy that died.
Just a question. That last attack did 75, right?
Yes.
If you got it half?
74.
Damn. Okay, even if Voriel was at full health, that would have done exactly enough to put him down to 0. Because he made the save.
Neil turns to you all and says, well, let's go home then. And you guys feel yourselves shifting once again.
What?
Oh, are we back in,
This isn't Kansas.
No, this is this the mech realm
No.
or whatever?
You still
It's
feel
not?
that you're on the prime material plane.
Are there other people here? Like, are we?
Oh yeah,
seeing...
there's hundreds of people just walking around minding their business, but 100 guys.
So, since I named either Iskathun or Goldak, I'm not sure which, my sworn enemy, how does that work with Retribution?
You feel. What's your exact question?
While your sworn enemy lives, you have blah 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 blah. But within a
He's
minute,
counted as defeated.
okay.
I will say, you feel your bow grow in power. I will add the new details to your bow.
I'm about to say, would I like just meditate later and figure it out?
You have an innate understanding what you can do now. If you can, go into your sheet real quick.
Uh-huh.
Check out your new arrow type.
Oh god.
That'll be fun.
Oh god, oh god.
This doesn't bode well for me.
Are you gonna try it right now? Because it lasts
I've already
forever.
used it. I mean, I've already used my one per day.
No, you could do this right now. If you chose
I'm gonna look over at Rasoka and draw my arrow.
Okay.
Kind of line up a headshot,
Okay.
and I'm gonna fire.
Okay. You guys watch
What
as
are you
he
doing?
looses this arrow that flies all of 10 feet. As it's about to strike Rasoka right in the head, you watch as it just disappears. And you hear him say, "You know, I'm starting to get the feeling you don't like me much."
For a rainy day.
So, you guys arrive in this unimaginably beautiful city. It's buildings and architecture that you could not even comprehend in your wildest dreams. Airship-like things capable of being piloted by a single person float and fly overhead. Mechanical structures and creatures move throughout the streets. This place is a bastion of magic and wonder. And he turns to you and says, "Welcome to Tramuin."
Oh shit.
Battery low.
You are the first to step here in quite a long time. I ask that you maintain your respect for this place.
I thought you were the last of your kind.
I am. And he turns and begins walking towards the gorgeous
Charging
palace.
battery.
So we don't see all these. Wait, do we see people and stuff like civilization moving about?
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah, and they're all staring at you. Like the world has stopped to stare at you. He announces as he walks. You see, if you want a picture of him, actually.
I zoomed in and got a pretty good picture of him.
I'll give you a better one.
Like the wizard version of Doctor Strange. As weird as that.
The wizard version of
Yeah,
Doctor
The more,
Strange.
no, like, it's another layer of wizard on top of Doctor Strange.
Well,
It's
he's
wizard
I
squared.
mean, Doctor Strange is technically a sorcerer, so.
Yeah, Strange doesn't really look like a wizard.
How do you know what a wizard looks like? You seen
Have
one in
you
real
watched
life?
Lord of the Rings? Does he look like Gandalf?
What? So you're saying all wizards look alike? That's racist.
No,
Yes.
No, I'm
That's
saying
classist.
the epitome of wizards is Gandalf.
But that doesn't mean wizards can take many forms.
And Gandalf is the supreme form.
Hey, if I found myself a fucking badass wizard hat and wizard cloak, I'd fucking wear 'em.
Yeah, I want Gilgamesh to find a big, pointy purple hat with white stars on it.
This is his
But it
basic
gives him something
approximation.
amazing.
Armor is slightly more elegant and less imposing, but his aura is generally imposing.
It's a big fuck you sword. Nice.
He does have a big fuck you sword on his back, and it's worth noting that he is what appears to be a high elf. Which you don't see many of, if ever. He continues.
I thought he was one of the ancient race or whatever.
I'm just saying, he appears to be high elf. He continues walking up the stairs of the palace. He turns on the steps and says, "This day, an old friend of ours was captured." And he raises his hand and makes the coffin float into the air. The people stare and watch in awe and amazement. "We have been assisted in this task by these outsiders. You are to open your homes, your shops, your wonders to them. They are heroes this day, and they are here under my protection." And you hear the crowd cheer, clap, scream. He kind of just nods a little bit and continues up the stairs.
Looking around, are these all high elves?
No. All sorts of races are here. There's definitely something weird about this place.
I would keep an eye out for any blue dragonborn.
Oh, there are. You see at least 4.
I'm making sure my hood's up and kind of tucking it to just make sure, stay in the shadow.
Okay. You guys going in the palace?
I would follow behind very warily.
I'm following behind the group, just keeping an eye on her.
Sure. Alright, so entering the palace, you guys are entered this beautifully designed chamber, these bronze and copper inlays and everything. These robotic servants seem to staff the place, keeping it clean. Regular people move about, and eventually he brings you to what appears to be a grand dining or meeting hall where you guys get to sit and overlook the city. The coffin still floats behind him.
So, again, where's my son?
Your son. And he snaps his fingers and your son materializes in the chair next to him. Oh shit! Oh! Hey guys!
Glad you're alive!
Yeah! It's good to see you! And he snaps again and he disappears.
Oh.
Yes. Your son is also a guest here, but you and I must speak differently. He cannot be present for this. You understand that your son has broken many a law.
Laws were made to be broken.
Not the laws of time and space, Gilgamesh.
And, well, a different version of me taught him how to break those laws.
Yes. Yes, he did. So, that being said, I am still grateful for your assistance. Please allow me to introduce myself. I am Nil. I am aware who you all are. We have met. Last name. My friend, I have only ever been Nil. I am the last of my people.
The precursors, yes, I'm aware.
Correct.
Well, only partially the last of your people. The rest of them are gods now.
He sighs. Yes, I suppose they are. That is a story for another time. Now...
So, just let me know when a minute's up.
A minute would be up by now.
Maximum range scan. Number 1, are all these humanoids real? 2, any fiends?
Yes and yes.
Fiends are here.
Within, what is it, 1 mile, 5 miles?
5 miles.
5 miles.
5 miles? I would say in the range of 1 to 300 fiends.
I take it you're aware of the fiend presence in the city.
Of course. Fiends, fae, outsiders. Our doors are open to many, as are our prisons. Depends on the crime, depends on the need. There is many wonders to be discovered about the city.
I give like a nod of sorts of an acknowledgement.
Now, you have helped me handle a problem that has existed for many a millennia, and for that I am eternally grateful, and you have my thanks and my respect. That being said, in part, you are a source of the problem, you must know.
Us being fate weavers being able to change how the way the world works, you mean?
Correct. Tell me, what is it you know of the Fate Weaver?
We know that we change the fate of anyone we interact with, thereby turning them fateless.
Well, we don't really make them fateless, we just alter what their fate is.
If only we could free people from their fate like that.
We are like the world's defense mechanism, so to speak.
You have an interesting way of examining these things. Who told you this? And you hear Atropos kind of shift uncomfortably in the back.
Well, him and Musuko, who you've already met.
Ah, yes, your painfully misinformed son. That being said, and he waves a hand as a robotic servant lumbers into this room, this massive robot who comes and pours everybody whatever you want. It turns to you, Gilgamesh, and says, "Hello."
I get the feeling that I know you from somewhere.
I don't know you. May I take your order?
Green tea. Be nice, thanks.
It's one of its fingers opens up and he begins pouring you a cup of... And he goes around the table. Is anybody not accepting drink or food or anything? Because it takes whatever order you want.
That probably was not touching anything.
I'd get some rum.
Okay, you watch as his finger opens up and it pours out rum.
Parker will
Could I have some ice, actually?
Parker actually will
Watch
take
this.
out one of his drinks.
It goes... and it starts to cool, like, to an extreme degree. It's chilled nicely.
Oh, thank you.
And Apocrypha will get what?
He's drinking his own drink. From a wine,
Alright.
from like a water skin.
Sure. As he sips on whatever the hell that guy over there is sipping on, he kind of just lays back a bit, and as he kind of flicks his arms out to the side, he watches the armor that he's wearing disappears, and it's replaced by much more comfortable-looking robes. As I said, welcome to Tramoin. This is the birthplace of my people. I'm sure you've heard many rumors about what it means to be a Fate Weaver, about Tramoin, about the fragments of Magnus. There is much truth mixed within the many, many lies. To get into it all now would be impossible. If you have specific questions, I will answer what I can. Though, remember, I do not owe you an answer for anything. I'll take your silence as you do not want anything.
Question.
I'm just not knowing where to start, really.
Well, you are a guest in my city. You are free to stay for some time, because there is still business we need to discuss.
Well,
I would...
we just
Go
sealed
ahead.
away what seemed to be the biggest threat to ending our world and existence.
A temporary
still-
solution to a long-term problem. It could have been contained longer had the mortals not been selfish with their prison. And he kind of glances a look towards you, Ian Yaris.
Ian, what is he talking about?
No?
I see the spirit that still resides inside of you.
Oh. Marcus, do you wish to add anything?
Immediately, Ian's head snaps back and then comes forward. Yeah, I do have something to add now that you mention it. And Ian starts to climb on the table and grabs like a butter knife and is moving towards him. And as he reaches where Nil is, Nil just places a finger on Ian's forehead, and Ian, you go unconscious.
I was about to say, I was gonna grab the butter knife with my mage hand before it came to that.
Ian,
You and the Abramos don't get along, then?
No.
Do you get along with any of the three families?
No. I was not present for the last sealing away of the creature. They lied to me. Because that is what mortals are best at. And Ian, you feel like a slight on your cheek, and you begin to rouse. You do feel that presence in your body is gone.
Oh. Hey, what'd you do to him?
I sent him to where he belongs.
Fair enough.
That's a nerf.
What'd you say?
That's a nerf. Ian's
During the last sealing, the mortals, the strongest amongst them, gathered the fragments. I was the one who gave them the maps and the keys, the knowledge and the wisdom to head for these artifacts. I could not handle it myself at the time. I had other issues. And I was busy crafting this. And he points towards the prison.
And while I was away on business in another plane, I came here, they stole it. They stole it and many other priceless artifacts to my people, and used the stolen power for good. So, I'll give them some credit there, but do you think they returned it? No. They used it to wage war, to commit atrocities. I traded one evil for another, because I was a fool to think that your type, can be swayed, can be good. Regardless, my opinions are not important right now. The fact of the matter...
You cut out again.
Gotta catch up.
What's the last thing you heard?
The fact of the matter.
The fact of the matter is, the problem is sealed away again, but as I said, it is a temporary solution to a long-term problem. It could have lasted longer if he was under my watch and care. However, the prison has been irrevocably damaged, and I do not have the materials anymore to make a new one.
Are they obtainable?
Not in this existence anymore. He runs his hand along some of the metal on it. This metal came taken from the heart of a newborn star. A special kind of star. A dead star. This does not happen anymore. He saw to that. So, this is the last prison of his kind. It will hold, but it will need to be watched and maintained.
And who's going to be doing that?
Me, obviously. However, I am willing to give mortals a chance again. A single chance not to fuck this up. I will keep this Goblak, this Isgathun, here. The prison will maintain itself in Tramuin. However, every year there is going to be an eclipse. Same time, same place. Every year during this eclipse, I would like you all to be here to make sure the warding on the prison holds.
Would you bring us here again, or will we have to find our own passage?
That is the second order of business. Nell kind of leans forward on the table. I am dying. I did not want Isgitun to know this. Thankfully, he cannot hear me in there. But I will fade in the next... Well, the healers say maybe a year, if I'm lucky, maybe 2. The power that I hold, it has torn away the seams of my body. That is the true danger of that kind of spells that I wield. They may do damage, they may shape continents and worlds, but I am mortal still. I cannot achieve that immortality without losing myself, and I cannot risk losing myself and becoming a new threat to the world. So, I will die soon, and it will be your responsibility to continue watching it.
Quick question. What if we built you a new body?
That is not how it works.
There might be ways.
Gilgamesh, what is the strongest spell a mortal can cast?
Wish?
Wish. That is a good one. What if I told you I could cast Wish with none of the negative repercussions?
That would be pretty impressive.
He looks around you all, and he goes, I wish you all were strong and healthy again. And all of you are back to 100% health.
Spells, everything?
Spells, everything.
Basically a long rest.
Yep.
Does it recharge equipment?
Not equipment.
No.
He says again, I wish you all were at peace. And you guys have a sense of calm wash over you.
Can I resist this?
You cannot. This is altering reality itself.
I do not consent.
Gilgamesh.
just got roofied.
I know the mortals explained. It passes very quickly. I know the mortals explain this power in terms of levels. So wish for you is 9. This wish is 10. My spells go up to 13. Casting power of this magnitude in the body that is not a god will destroy you, unequivocally. It is not my body only that is failing, my soul is falling apart at the seams, the very essence of who I am.
That would explain the problem.
I know your
splitting this
cleric.
burden.
I know your cleric may be... what do you call that spell? True Resurrection? Not even that would work on me. What has happened to me is something only the truly powerful will ever know. But it cannot be stopped. That is why I am asking you, all of you, to help me.
We'll help in any way we can.
An expedient way to come here and leave would be preferable. I've heard of this place's defenses and do not seek a perilous journey every year.
Ah, you speak of the Colossus.
No one really knows what it is on the outside world. People just don't.
I had imagined cannons that snap to and fire at you from miles away.
That is in place, but the Colossus is the first line of defense. Roughly 5 or so miles off the coast, there is a construct which patrols our oceans. If you come within, let's say, a mile of his perimeter, you are destroyed. But yes, obviously, the death of the Colossus and evisceration at the hands of hypercannons is the last thing I want. So, I will arrange a portal network for you.
Works for me. I can get us back.
Now, I am very tired. Today was an impossible fight. I may not seem scared, but Isgatoon is a ceaseless threat, and I am ashamed that I have not found a way to defeat him in my lifetime. You see him get really upset for a second before he calms down. Can I rely on your strength?
Well, you haven't told us what you need us to do yet.
He did.
Yeah, you did.
Come every year, stay here for the eclipse, make sure no shit goes down.
Well,
Yeah.
what about you dying? Just make sure that...
The torch must be carried on. If I am not here to watch the chamber, and the warding fails, what do you think will happen?
Then I needed to learn as much about the chamber and its warding as possible.
You're gonna
All
need to
of
pass your power on to somebody.
This power cannot be transferred. It can be learned, though, and you will have access to my resources. But keep in mind, to reach the level that I reached, at minimum, is 1,000 years of training.
Alright, so start with time magic and get some time dilation going.
Maybe you missed the part where I said your son has broken many laws. And you, by extension, have broken many laws.
As one of the few people here, if Marco raises his hands, that can actually reach the age of 1,000. It doesn't seem a very practical training.
Training is not about being practical. You are Fate Weavers. Yes. That means you are eligible to take on the title of the Guardian. I know what Atropos over here may have told you. But the truth of the matter is, the Fate Weavers are not just so simple and cut and dry as he says in the Mune response. The Fate Weavers are a seed. Once planted, can grow and become something great. I was the first. I have survived.
Agamond is also a Fate Weaver.
Agamond is also a Fate Weaver. He is not the first. But he was my friend.
Was.
I do not feel him in this place anymore.
Agamond, we met him recently. Last we saw, he was in the remnants of Stormfall. You're saying you can't feel him?
It seems that Agamond may have moved on.
When? Did you feel him recently?
I
How
checked.
long ago has he been gone?
Well, I'm not sure. Would you like me to focus on him now?
If you can, yes, please.
Give me a moment. And I'm going to use this moment to refill my water. Give me 1 second.
Was that a ghost of him, or like...
Maybe it's Agamond's son. Takes after his dad.
Except he had a bit too much knowledge to be the son, I think.
No. I'm saying the person we saw, like a scry or something.
I mean, we didn't know that he had a son, but...
A scry, whoever's running the scry magic that day. You got a request for Agamon. This guy looks like him. Yeah, sure, we'll show him that. You know, just like how TVs secretly like have a factory work of people inside them are actually running everything. It's like magic spells have the same thing.
He closes his eyes, reopens them. Agamond is dead.
For how
What?
long?
According to this, he closes his eyes. He opens them and he looks angry. He knew better. Did you take Agamond back in time?
Yes, we did, and he disappeared.
God damn you!
Apocrypha would be laughing.
Why is this funny to you?
I shrug. I mean,
He is staring daggers at you.
Yeah, Gesh is staring at you as well.
what? I'm not laughing at the fact he's dead.
It sure sounds that way.
Oh, no. I just think once you open this Pandora's box of time travel, well, you should really be expecting all of these types of things to be happening.
Which is exactly my issue, and why I was explaining the way you have manipulated time and space goes against certain laws and principles.
I just point over to Gilgamesh, hey, I'm just along for the ride. And Gesh, and Eris, I point to all of them.
It seems Agamond died when he went into the past. What you are seeing, if you are trying to scry on him, he seems to have held on, and maintained a scrap of his intelligence within a spirit that now roams Stormfall. That stupid bastard.
The hell happened to him in the past then when we traveled?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
You saw us leave them.
I did.
You couldn't have stopped us.
He closes his eyes for a moment. I believe I am quoting Gilgamesh from moments ago when I say, sometimes laws must be broken. I know you needed the fragments. And some of you needed to find the truth of your origins. So I allowed it. But it will not happen again.
What's so dangerous about manipulating time?
I kind of look surprised at the question that did.
What is the dangers of manipulating time? What do you know about time?
It flows and we live in it.
Well, yes, that is about as basic as you can place it. And you know that other version of you who claims to have mastered chronomancy?
Yes.
Oh, I went to investigate that version. What a master he was, only scratching the surface. Time is not something you just live in and flows. Time is living. It has feeling. And intelligence. You keep poking it and prodding it and violating it in ways it does not consent to, and it will strike back. He waves his hand and conjures a book and slides it across the table to you. It's written in a script you can't understand, but as you blink, the words on the cover shape and shift to form. Basically, it just says, a primer of chronomancy, the dangers and tribulations. You want to start of why you shouldn't dally in it? You read that.
Gilgamesh will hold on to it.
But might I point you to page 47?
I'll flip to it.
You see this terrifying illustration on the page, and the page is just titled The Dangers of Time, Chapter 1, Time Dragons. You could read it now if you want to, but you get the idea.
So basically, you use time magic, time tries to kill you.
If you continue to violate time, time will send its guardians after you. You seep yourself in the causeways of time. You will be attracted by things that like to feast on it. He waves his hand quickly to you, and you go to like the last page of that chapter. That the fucking thing that you're staring at is unimaginable. Specifically, it has a name. Give me one sec. Where is it? On the last page, it's called A Time Warden Dreadnought. Here's its picture.
Since you wrote 20 messages.
Working on it.
He looks friendly.
Fun.
It is a gargantuan monstrosity that wanders through the causeways of time. If it catches you, it can literally erase you from time. One sec. It's at this point that Apocrypha, you've made it all of maybe 15 feet when you hear, "Is there a reason you're leaving our conversation?" You guys look and see Apocrypha is still sitting in the seat, but now that Nil has pointed it out, you can also see that Apocrypha is about 15-20 feet away.
I just slowly turned. Was bored. Thought I might look around.
Normally, it is polite to ask for permission to leave a table when you are a guest.
I nod, and I sit back in over the exact same image overlapping.
You have been incredibly rude in the time that you have been here. Is there somewhere specific you'd like to go?
Is he saying that to Apocrypha or
Yes,
everyone?
Apocrypha.
Oh, okay.
Well, I was needing to get to Valenhearth, but it can always wait.
You're gone.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
You are falling, but land in a tree.
Well,
we split the party.
I will let you all
party.
fill him in later.
Quick question.
Yes.
If one of these things, and I point at the fucking dreadnought thing, got a hold of Garblack, would that remove him as a problem?
It would remove the physical vessel. But that means that the true form remains, and it still is enough to fulfill the requirement of breaking the madness into this world. Trust me, I tried to experiment with it to terrible results. As it currently stands, I have not found a way to permanently defeat him.
Do you think there may be? Or are you giving up at this point?
In the past eon or two, I have focused on containment. I've still looked and tried to find answers as far as how to permanently defeat him, but in all my wisdom, in all my libraries and stores and experiences, I can't find anything. He is inexhaustible. Containable, but inexhaustible. So I've only focused on containment for some time.
So you believe there is no way?
That's not what I'm saying. God damn it.
Well, if
I
we
am saying that these eyes have been looking at the same problem for millions of years with no answer. Maybe it is time for a new set of eyes.
Well, a start an idea would be the problem seems to be his soul is what occupies it, and the soul getting released makes everything die. So, a way to attack the soul directly instead of the body that the soul is in.
You need to understand that Isgathun does not have a soul. The body does not have a soul.
Yeah, there's probably similarities, though.
There are, but the magic that affects the soul has no effect on it. I have tried soul cages. I have tried bindings. Those things do not work.
Oh no, I'm not looking to bind the soul. I'm looking to consume it, destroy it.
In the process of attempting to consume it, it will consume you. I will give you my notes on these. I believe there are 50 volumes, but you have time now. It seems like some of your problems mostly have been handled. I will not interfere with the affairs of the mortals anymore. My power is limited as it is, so that I leave to you. But, yes.
Could you interfere with one more mortal before you?
Hey, Falcon, is that your mic again?
No, I think
That's
that's
not me.
Ian. It's Ian.
Oh, can you not hear me?
Something, I'm guessing.
No, I could hear you. It just sounded like static.
Like somebody did something in the back.
I was gonna say, can you interfere with one mortal's life? Maybe with a wish before you swear.
Who?
It is a sensitive matter. May I speak with you in private?
He turns and looks at the rest of you. If you'd give me a moment.
Of course.
And he steps off to the side with you.
What do you think he's asking for?
Sorry, can't hear you from all the way in Valenhearth.
I'm not asking Apocrypha, I'm asking Apocrypha.
Oh, is it just you and me?
I'm guessing, I'm not hearing
Gilgamesh is here as well.
I'm just
I don't
asking
know.
you guys. What do you think he's asking for?
Parkville was not really trusting the situation, and he wanted to look around to make sure things were legit.
I'm just Gesh is looking at it like we were all for sure dead until that happened.
Yeah. I already sent Gilgamesh what I was secretly suspecting. Like, did we just defeat the bad guy to be saved by the new baddie?
Yeah, I would definitely thinking that as well because wasn't Nil the one to take the sarcophagus and free him in the first place? But
That's what we thought.
that's what we thought. Which is why I was so confused that he was the one who was like helping us. But now that he's explained all this, it makes more sense. But still, that begs the question: who freed him, or was he already freed by that blood moon?
Yes, seriously.
Also,
Well, I
you
think he was
remember-
already freed.
By the way, I
remember that blood moon was a random thing, right?
It was an eclipse, not a blood moon.
That stealth maneuver where I snuck away from everybody. I had some really good rolls in that.
When did you sneak away from everybody?
It was he called me out of 20 seconds after it happened.
He walks back over to all of you guys. Your friend Inieris here seems to have interest in a particular witch.
Yes.
There
we all
needs
do.
to be some understanding. Apparently, one of your number has had a run-in with a witch called Baba Yaga.
I assume you mean Jorgen, the one who was teleported away during our fight. We should probably get him in here, though I'm not sure if you want to.
He turns and looks at you, Inieris. Jorgen. I know the name, but what, he
No.
had a run-in with a witch?
No, he had a run-in with the Scarlet Witch. This is somebody
Crimson.
completely different.
Crimson Witch. Wait, you've had...
Another
Okay.
time traveler.
Ah,
Well, reality hopper. Don't know if she time travels too.
Be either or, honest. Oh wait, I'm not.
you are referring to Mazakin. God.
If that is your name.
Alright, one problem at a time. First things first, there is a witch named Baba Yaga. It appears she may have cursed one of your compatriots. Where is he? Which one of them?
I signal for Rosoka to step.
He kind of steps forward a little bit, sheepish.
And I shoot him this look like Apocryph is not here. I'm technically not breaking what we.
He nods. Step forward. Rosoka approaches and Nil places his hand against his chest and just thrust through him, pushing out the other side. What looks to be like directly behind him, pushed out, is like an outline of where his entire circulatory system is, with this black energy just pulsing through that area, and as it's shoved out of him, it dissipates. That is a particularly nasty curse, but you have been freed. You see him, like, he doesn't even know what to do with himself. He's fishing at this moment, like his mouth just keeps opening and closing. You do not have to thank me. You were there and assisted. It's the least I can do. But it is worth noting, when did you encounter Baba Yaga? And he says, this might have been about a couple of years back. He seems to grind his teeth a little bit. Then she is violating our agreement, and I will have to speak with her. She will not bother you again, I assure you. Now, as far as the Crimson Witch goes, I know she allied herself with Isgathun. What do you know of her?
Not much.
Jorgen is the one who's had a proper run-in with her.
Well, no, he hasn't. She just killed his village. He never met her.
Oh, okay.
All I know is that she's made a habit of hopping through time and space, and comes from a different reality. And she also kind of corrupted my brother somehow and has taken control of
About that, your brother's safe.
one.
Yeah, well, we figured not to tell you, otherwise you would have freaked out about it. But yeah, me and old Vanguard here, we went and killed the Lich King. Got your brother back.
And what of the fragment of Magnus?
Which one?
The one that he held.
No, I
I
haven't seen the
believe
fragment.
that would be with the Crimson Witch, wherever her normal plane of existence is. It's not on this plane of existence anymore.
Neil chimes in again. What you need to know about the witch is... I say I am the last. Technically, that is not entirely accurate. She is not from this realm. She is from another. He sits down. Mazakin is a precursor. One who swore against us. Who betrayed us for the mortals. Left to find new worlds. Something changed her on that trip. She was not always like this, but she has many names and many stories throughout history and time. Older than me, perhaps. I do not know. Our encounters have been brief. She has stayed away from me, perhaps out of fear. She is a major concern.
What was her original goal?
Colonization. This world at one point in time was dying. And so too was the universe. We feared the old gods. The prime arch-deities. We feared that they might erase this universe. So Mazakin was in charge of finding new ways that we could survive after their arrival. New worlds, new realities, planes, anything. The magics that she tampered with must have tampered with her mind in exchange. She is a scientist, a powerful sorcerer, a visionary, but mad.
So what of the gods now?
That I do not know. I am not, as you would say, a fan of the gods. Brothers and sisters they may be. He just kind of gets quiet. It's not important.
What
It is
abandoned
important.
you?
It is likely that now that Izgatun is sealed away and the darkness does not plague this world, that they will begin to return.
And if they don't, what does that mean?
Then it means it is too late for them. But you would know if they were dead.
I would feel my holy symbol. Do I feel, connection to Bahamut? Even though he's gone, I'm guessing I would still feel something.
Still energy there.
Okay.
What about the light of Saren, Ray?
Still feel it. Still warm.
So what? We're just supposed to take care of the Goblet problem and keep passing the torch.
Basically, yes. You need to prepare those to come after you. For time immemorium, I'm granting you the power to come and go from this place unmolested, and also to protect it.
Alright, another question. Why have you kept this place and all of its technological wonders separated from the rest of the world?
He stands up. Follow me.
Following.
Yep, following along.
He begins walking down. 1 sec. I need to make sure this is here.
I feel like I'm playing Dark Souls right now because the ceaseless passing of the torch.
Kinda.
Bonfires later.
Yep.
This is what all our teleportation circles are. Bonfires to travel to and from.
Where the fuck did my pictures go?
Did you check your images file on my computer?
As we rekindle the flame.
Okay. You guys descend down the stairs into the depths of this palace. And as he's going down the stairs, the architecture is becoming older and older and older, but somehow more technological at the same time. And as he descends the stairs, he says, "What do you know of the gods?"
Well, they were once of your race and ascended to keep some of the greater threats at bay.
Correct. He continues down the stairs. Did you ever ask who came first?
The precursors or who among the gods was first?
No. Who made the precursors?
Oh, I definitely did.
He continues and hits the bottom of the stairs, stops, turns and looks at you. The precursors are a race that has been a mystery to the mortal races for millennia, the dawn of time. And you know what's funny? They're a mystery to us too. Continues walking. I am not a precursor. Not in the true sense. He continues. You label me precursor because that is what I fit. But Tramuin, this magic, this technology, was here already when I was a baby. It was here when my father was alive, and his father and his father. We don't know what the precursors are. But we know the power they left behind, and we strove to find the truth. He continues down the stairs and stops. It opens up into a massive chamber, which seems to drop hundreds of miles down. And in this place, you can hear a steady sound. Walking to the edge, you look down, and there's a control panel in front of you. As he twists a dial, very quickly the floor below rises. Or rather, you descend until you arrive at the deepest, darkest point of the earth that you've ever been. And in front of you looks to be a pool of water, maybe 100 feet in diameter, broiling with pure arcane power, the likes of which you have never felt or seen before. You know that the gods are planets, and you have been told that the fragments of Magnus were formed from the heart of the Word Soul. He gestures in front of you. This is a god. Still
This
sleeping.
God.
Still sleeping. Still waiting to be awoken.
So the ley lines are veins.
Veins, yes. This god.
The heart.
This is Magnus. And you feel the words Magnus echo throughout the whole chamber. The pool bubbles and pops, arcane streams coming off very peacefully. He sleeps still, but is under constant threat. For if one can take over the power of a true god, nothing is safe. We, my people, the ones who ascended into the gods that you know now, we only did that because the positions were vacant. Somebody was there before us and left. But the world needed gods and heroes. So, they chose to rise and elevate to those positions to give the world meaning, people followings, establish a religion, try to maintain order in an orderless world. But let me ask you a question, Gilgamesh. Where did the gods go? Why did they not take Magnus with them? Who were the precursors? He shakes his head. I have been alive for millions of years, and I have never come close to finding the answer. So when you ask me, why do I not open the world to this? Why do you think? The Ignitarchus, the God King, from petty bandit to would-be god, imagine they had access to this power.
So what, makes sure the central city of the world that you control is permanently stronger than the rest of it?
Permanently protected from the rest of it.
And what happens after you die and another ruler takes its place? What if he is a tyrant?
I don't know, Gilgamesh. Are any of you or your friends tyrants?
You would entrust
drop.
this city to us?
No. I do not entrust this city, Gilgamesh. And he, Gesh rather, and he turns and he gestures towards the pool in front of you. I am entrusting the world to you. I have been closely watching your progress for many a year, ever since I sent you the first visions.
That was you.
That it was. I needed
All right.
something to bring you together.
Well, some of us don't live that long, though.
No, you do not. But I will show you how to extend your natural life.
I already am gonna do that for myself. I don't know about the rest of them, though.
I will show you how to extend your natural life, but death is part of the cycle. I will not allow any of you to cheat death.
Have you heard of the Warforged?
I have. Inexhaustible, strong. They are interesting creatures.
And what if one of them was a Fate Weaver?
Kind of stops for a second. I suppose it would be interesting. And the Mortal Guardian. Immortality corrupts. You might have to consider that very carefully.
Oh, I understand that over time, yes, it will corrupt, destroy.
How many times have you interacted with the Warforged?
Not a lot.
They are a new child in a strange world, trying to find their place. I think they could potentially be a source of protection. But they were born of a creature whose goal was total control. They may have free will now, but who is to say how long that lasts? All I'm saying is be careful. But, and he snaps his fingers again, and Apocrypha reappears, and so does Jorgen. I will send you back in a moment, but you need to be here for this. And he explains to you again that this is the world soul and what it is. I know you went and began calling yourselves Fate's Paradox. Cute, I should say. Fate's Paradox, I ask you this now. I, Nil, King of Tramoin, the last of my people, and guardian of this world and this soul, am asking you, each and every one of you, to accept the mantle of responsibility and become guardians in the sense that you will begin training. You do not have to accept, and you may take time to think about this. But I have been watching you. I have sent you visions. Watched how you grow and fought. Learned to hate and then care for one another. Of the mortals, you are the ones I have been relying on the most. Would you accept this responsibility?
I look towards the rest of the group. I will. I don't know what it entails, but if it involves protecting whatever we have left, I'll gladly give up myself for it.
As would I.
I was always planning on being a guardian of this world. And not just this world.
If it is one of the many responsibilities I will be taking care of. Well, I suppose I must take care of this one before I can take care of the other.
Please, hold out your hands.
I hold out my hand.
Go team!
He goes to each and every one of you, shaking your hand, and as he shakes, you feel a pulse in your chest, and you look at your hand and you see a mark. It's beautiful and elegant. You have taken the first step down the path of being a guardian. I thank you. This mark signifies you as a guardian, and as such comes with privileges in this city. The people will recognize it, and though they may not understand my actions right now, they will come to know. So...
Are the people who live here not allowed to leave?
There are things that I will explain. But, for now, Fate's Paradox, you have won.
We have.
Well, that came out of left field.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we weren't expecting to face Goblet where we were. You thought it was going to be a, interrogation.
Is that, pretty much the end of the campaign?
Nope.
I was going to say, there's still lots of things we have to do.
Yes!
Hell yeah.
Quick question. Remember that feat you offered me forever ago that let me bonus action cast cantrips?
I don't, but we could work it out now that I know more.
I can search it again in the chat.
Well, we could just do what Mercer does.
The 8th level... So what Mercer does for his characters is at 8th level, he grants all of his characters and all of the bad guys the ability to cast multiple leveled spells a turn, or in a single turn. So you can action out a third level spell, and then bonus action out another third level spell.
Yeah.
However, the second spell you cast can be, or one of the spells you cast can be no higher than third level.
Correct. If you want, we can do that for you.
Oh, as a feat?
No, just as a thing.
Okay. Well, part of the reason I was asking about the cantrip thing is because I get a feat to pick up now.
Huh. That's weird.
What?
It said my second class was barbarian.
Are you just raging it?
It messed up on me recently, too. I had to change it again.
Okay, so here's what you guys need to know, considering we're off for the next 2 weeks. All right? What I want you to do is I need everyone to make a 10-year plan.
10 years.
Yes. What I need you to do is I need you to go year by year. So literally, like, year 1, I do this. Year 2, I do this. Year 3, I do this. Whatever you think you could reasonably accomplish within a year. Now, it is not a guarantee that you are going to reach a 10-year break. Because as soon as we all go, I'm going to roll. We're going to figure out what year we return on.
Year 1.
It will be higher than 1.
So we're basically splitting the party for a few years?
So at minimum, you're having
Oh, no.
one...
I forgot.
You get a... What?
Hang on, I forgot.
What?
Hang on, I'm grabbing it.
Probably forgot to do another stupid prank on me and Gilgamesh before we leave.
No. Send my video. Where's my channel?
Honestly, a 10-year or, some however many year break is kind of what Gesh needs at the moment. Cause
guess what? My hit points just hit
100.
Yep, triple digits.
Hell yeah. I'm like wondering if I
103.
should even roll. Last time I rolled, I got like a 2, and I was very upset. Yikes. That's a yikes.
You did that to me, yeah.
I did do that. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
See, I have to roll.
Just for that, I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll just because I did that.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll. I think natural 1 or 2 to stay below triple.
Such a dickhead, Gesh.
I mean, that's the same as if I'd taken the average, actually. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Ian.
You saw that roll, right?
Yep, 5.
Right. So 101.
Hey, we're breaking triple digits.
I'm at 133. Hell yeah.
I think I finished my campaign at like 136.
What
This
level?
level, I literally get...
I was at level 20.
Oh, okay.
All I get for this level is an
Here you
ASI
go.
and 2 6th-level spells. Not
This is
spell
what-
slots, spells. It's just sad.
I can either
higher
take my
level wizard-
first level
Levels.
of
Don't
fighter or... Wait, let me read this.
Did you keep this?
Say what?
Did you get... Oh my god. Please watch the video, guys.
What? What is this?
The video he just linked.
Did you actually make this? Yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, okay.
I live as few dared to dream. So yes, basically, you're going to be making 10-year plans, listing out year by year what you're doing. Try to get that to me relatively soon-ish, and then when we find out, so basically, like, let's say you make the full 10-year plan, right? But after I roll, you guys only get... It's a 6-year break, so you'll only accomplish up to the 6th year of your time off. Get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cool. So I need you guys to make a 10-year plan.
Do you know how much you could fucking do in a year?
I know.
A lot.
I'm giving you guys a lot of time to do shit and handle stuff.
Simon, I had a question for you, though.
So we have funding and shit from this guy now, right?
You have resources. So tomorrow I'm going to give you guys a write-up on what you get from accepting the Guardian position. I'm also going to give you a little write-up on the details about Tremuine and the rules, basically. But other than that, it's up to you. You do not have infinite funding. He is not a guy who needs money. He has no need for it. He just does what he needs.
Alright, so... Space battleship with Doom Cannon attached, here we come.
Now, I say 10-year plan. If you're trying to do something stupid like building a spaceship with a Doom Cannon, I have veto rights. But I will work with you.
It won't be... it's going to be more like just flying ship with...
Also, you do get something from the Mark of the Guardian, but I'm going to write that up in a little bit.
Everyone, look unto me.
With a giant disintegration ray, wall of force shielding... The basics.
The basics.
Sandman, I got a question for you.
Yeah, hit me.
At level 15, paladins get... Well, if you're Aura of Devotion, at level 15 you are always under the protection from good and evil spell. But that spell you specifically choose one, Celestials, Fays, Fiends, Undead, and you have the protection against that one. Do I have to choose one and then I constantly have protection from that, or do I have protection against all of them?
I'll say during a short rest you can decide which one you want protections against.
Okay.
So
I'm
you
just
can
trying
switch
to
it out.
think if I want to take this point in Paladin or start going into Fighter. And I think I'm going to go with the Paladin, but... Yeah, I just wanted to see.
Most people don't go to, get the Paladin capstone ability. I don't think I know anybody who doesn't multi-class Paladin at some point.
Have you?
Yeah. I mean, I'm only going to get 2 points in Fighter, and I'm going to go up to 18 Paladin, but... Yeah, I just want that action surge to attack 4 times on one turn and one-shot something.
Also, while you're making your 10-year plans, if you have questions about specific things, just shoot me the question, I'll answer it. Does anybody have questions now about anything?
Be ready for me to not be human? I've been holding on to some brain crystals that we got a long time ago.
Wait, you mean the ones from the mechs? The little mechs?
Yep.
Oh god, you still have those?
Gilgamesh Soul Forger, here he comes.
You guys come back in 10 years and Gilgamesh is out of the campaign because the experiment went terribly wrong and he died. That'd be great.
It could happen.
See, the problem is you're thinking too small picture.
Oh, no, I'm not. First goal, get myself into a robotic body. Second goal, make myself a hive conscious.
There we
What?
go.
Oh god, we're gonna come back from this and...
There's going to be like
Gilgamesh is
50
not gonna be
Gilgameshes
a
running
person.
around. And each of the Gilgameshes is going to be doing a different job. One of them is going to be a marriage counselor to the gods.
Oh god, more than
It
one.
kind of reminds me of that, how Batman made a fucking, a therapist for all the superheroes called Sanctuary. So they can
It's
all...
needed. It's
Yeah.
needed.
But any other questions or anything?
Yes, but it's something that I don't think you'd be able to answer now, really. Basically, I just want to know what would happen if I was to try casting Find Greater Steed again.
You would be given a new spirit.
A new spirit, okay, but would the rules on it, would they have changed at all?
Nope, same thing.
I need
just-
some more levels so that I can cast Find Greater Steed too.
You just lost 4 damage specifically.
Oh, okay.
You found a new dragon. For some reason, his name is Vortex.
Vortex. God, I would not name my mount after.
I mean, do
close
you get to
enough.
name-
What is the lich that killed my family?
Do you?
Do you get to name them?
They typically name
I think
themselves.
I do.
Yeah, what if he
Like
wants to call
last
himself
time,
Vortex? He
so-
doesn't know the connection. What if he's older than Vortex? What if he had Vortex name first and Vortex ruined that?
That's a terrible idea. Hold on, I have to call my dog. Hey, Hitler.
Better than Count Dankula's, which I won't say because I am strict.
You just did.
That whole Count Dankula thing.
No,
was
no,
stupid,
not Count
honestly.
Dankula. I'm talking about what he trained his dog to do.
Oh,
Yeah, but it was stupid. Like the fact that he got arrested for that was so.
Well,
dumb.
where does
Not
he live?
only arrested, convicted, and jailed.
Where does he live?
Scotland.
UK? Oh, I thought it was UK.
Yeah, well, that's what happens.
It's under the UK.
All right. Well, good session, guys.
Yeah, good session. We didn't all die. None of us actually